Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for the Watchalong. Newcastle United travelling to Villa Park this afternoon in what should be an absolutely tremendous game. Apologies for the late start again, but little bits and bobs of technical difficulties this morning when we go live straight off the bat. But hey, we're up and running now. Here we go. This is what it's all about today. Now, the teams are, of course, announced, and once again, Sir Edward Howe throws a curveball in. He's so good at doing this. This is the Newcastle lineup for this afternoon. We got Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Dan Burn. Midfield is Bruno, Willock, Joe Linton, and up front, Jacob Murphy continues on the right, Alexander Isak in the middle, and on the left is Anthony Gordon. So we did predict that Anthony Gordon might start the game, but we had no idea that he was going to start on the left. It's Longstaff that misses out this afternoon, so whether that's just tactical, and he's given Longstaff a rest, of course, because he's been going a long, long time, who knows? The bench is pretty strong. We've got Dubravka, Lascelles, Wilson, Ritchie, Target, Manquillo, Almiron, Anderson, and Longstaff. So there's a few players on there who can come on and definitely do a job for us. Now, as for Aston Villa, they go with Martinez, Young, Konsa, Mings, Moreno, McGinn, Dendoncker, Douglas Luiz, Ramsey, Buendia, and Watkins. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that is obviously a very understrength Villa side due to their injuries that they've got going on at the moment. And I really, really do think we've got a massive chance of winning this game. And the reason I say that is because you look at our midfield and you think, wow, we are definitely stronger in that midfield than Aston Villa is. I'm very excited to see how Willock, Joe Linton, and Bruno perform as a three in midfield. Now we've got an outlet with Anthony Gordon there. It means Joe Willock and Joe Linton can do the job in the middle of the park. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do together, because it's going to be feisty in the middle of that park, and having Joe Linton there is a good move for me, without a shadow of a doubt. Let's get some comments in as usual while we build up to the game. Matt says, good day, Paul and chatters. Have a 9:30 Saturday night game in Australia. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant for you guys over there in Australia and New Zealand. Kiora from New Zealand, we're 12 hours ahead, so we already know the score. Yeah, well, let us know. Hope the lads are firing on all cylinders today. Does anyone here know exactly how many cylinders that is? Let's hope it's a lot of cylinders from the word go, because I think Eddie pointed it out in the press conference yesterday. We simply cannot play the same way that we did against Brentford last week. It just will not work. Would-be farmer says Gordon looks to be on the right with Murphy, while Jail on the left with Willock. No, I think Gordon will be on the left to start with. You should add up all these wrong VAR decisions this year and see who has the most. I think a lot of people have already done that, to be honest. Rich this afternoon, all hope everyone is well. I'm still going to keep predicting an Isak hat-trick until he gets it. It's not a bad idea, matey, to be honest. Toon Dave, afternoon, all hoping Gordon gets off the mark. Glad he started the day. Shut up the haters and doubters. How are the lads? I think it's important. It's very important that Anthony Gordon starts the game well for me. Look, we know what he's capable of. We've seen it before. He just needs to get his Newcastle career, going, get that explosive pace going, get the skill going. And I think once he gets a goal, obviously that'll settle him right down, and away he goes. I have no doubt about that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he progresses. Alex says, I was glad to see FM23 finally give Bruno the stats he deserves. I have no idea. I haven't played it yet. Mr. Spoons, Ian, I hope you're well, mate. Hope we stick that sub on the time banner right up their scabby brummy arses today. Yeah, hopefully. Murphy's playing right wing, Gordon is centre midfield. Nah, I don't think Gordon will be centre midfield. I'd be very surprised. Look, then again, you never know with Eddie, because he loves throwing these curveballs in. I don't know how we're going to line up until it kicks off. Somebody's saying that my camera and mic are off. I don't think they are. I think they're working perfectly well. Ian says he loves the team today. Let's just make sure. Guys, can I have a sound check? Everything okay on the stream, please? Just let me know. I've had a couple of people saying I'm not there, which everything looks to be okay from my end. So can you just let me know in the chat, guys, that everything's okay? You can hear me and see me okay? Just waiting for that confirmation to come in. Otherwise, I'm just talking to anybody. You're okay. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so it's not as loud as normal, Paul. Well, my mic's away from my mouth, so we'll see. Right, thank you very much, guys, for that confirmation. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Anthony Gordon's going today, because it's going to be, you know, I think he'll start on the left, but he might have that free role. He might be able to. Eddie might have said to him, "Look, let's just cut him across the middle and things like that, and cause all sorts of problems." So you know, the Villa back line don't know where he's going. I think it's very important that Jacob Murphy goes at Ashley Young very early as well, because let's be honest, Ashley Young is 150 years old. So Jacob Murphy should be able to go at him very well. Jimmy Jones, thank you for your 199, our resident hammer. Hope you're well, matey, and thanks for your support again, bud. Steve says it would be even louder when the second goal goes in. I just want us to tonk them today. I just have a good feeling about today, guys. I don't know what it is. I've just seen the way that you know, that midfield is lining up, and I'm excited about it, I have to say. Kendo says, hi, folks. How are the lads and lasses off the chat? Looking forward to Gordon's debut start. Look, Anthony Gordon is going to have to do a lot of running today. I think Villa will try their best. I mean, we know Emery is not the guy that sort of lets his team fly out of the traps. They're very, very cautious sometimes in what they do. But Emery's got them playing in a very, very disciplined way. And I think that's something that needed to come in at Villa. He's got them very disciplined. He's got them, you know, playing the right way, I guess, for the Villa fans, because they have had a rough time of it. You know, there's no doubt about that. As of Villa have turned it around. There's no doubt Emery's had a massive sort of, you know, kick for them, if you like, as a new manager does. I mean, he did have a bit of a rough start, it's fair to say, but I think over time he's got them going. He's really got them going quickly. Excuse me, I just have to answer this message very, very quickly. So he is. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be an easy game, but I think if we get the first couple of goals, I think we're away. Mark says, hi, Paul, long-time subscriber, first-time commenting. Looking forward to your excellent commentary today. Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you for commenting. Never be afraid to put a comment in, guys, because, you know, we don't bite. We really don't bite. Now, score predictions I'm interested in, because obviously there's been a lot of people with interesting score predictions over the time. Certainly on the preview show, it was it was crazy. It was really crazy. Some people going for a huge win, some people going for a close win. We don't know what to expect, but I think if we get an early goal, we will absolutely tonk these today. And I know I shouldn't really you know, say things like that, and that we're going to tonk them and it's going to be an easy game, because it isn't. It never is. It really never is. And I think that's the important thing here. We can go out, we can get a few goals, we can play as well as we possibly can. Look, I know Newcastle United at the best are absolutely fabulous to watch. They really are. And, you know, I can't wait to get going today. I really can't. Irani Granny says, Unai Emery is the perfect Villa manager. As he uses chip pan grease. Oh, dear me, like most brummies, that's terrible. Jay Devlin, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. Villa want to be our rivals. Let's stuff them. Yes, let's absolutely stuff them today. That's what we want. A Gordon goal, says Stephen. Sophia, good afternoon to you. Gordon already had a start, didn't he? Yes, it's a second start for Newcastle. But you know, he had a bit of an injury before then, and now he's ready to go. Keith Dykes, thank you very much for your $20 over there in the States. Thank you so much for that. Up and Adam over here, Toon. So the Americans are all ready as well. The Australians and New Zealanders, everybody is ready for this one. And we can't wait to get going either. Guys, if you do enjoy the stream again today, as usual, please do hit that like button. It really, really does help the channel. And of course, if you're new, why not hit that subscribe button? Free to do so. And also the bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos. And of course, we are heading towards 19,000 now. So thank you very much for that. If you do want to donate to the channel, like Keith and a couple of others already have, hit that $ at the bottom of the live comments, and that will take you through to a payment method. So again, thank you in advance for that. And we have a new member, Libertino Radio. I believe that might be an extended or a renewal. But thank you anyway, Libertino, for your continued support of the channel. I know I saw two magpies together on the way to the coach station, so that's two for joy. It is indeed two for joy, yes. And hopefully it will bring us great luck today. Porsey Street, thank you very much and welcome from Thessalonica, sorry. I'll get my words out. Rio Ferdinand doing the yap. Mike actually loves that flappy thing around his 1-inch pecker. Dear God. There it is. The normal rules for a watch-along, guys. No spoilers. Wait for me to comment in the commentary, and then we'll talk about it. Do not put spoilers in the chat and ruin it for everybody else, guys. I'm sick of doing it. We don't want to chuck anybody off the stream, so just abide by it. If you are watching the game, you know, modern day TV now, you can pause it and then just wait until I say, right, we're underway. Press play on your TV, and you're synced in with me. Now, I have got BT Sport on my phone as well as my normal stream, so I'll see which one's ahead. But the phone screen is obviously a lot smaller than the one I normally use, so we'll see come kickoff. Longstaff has had an illness and missed some training. Eddie mentioned pre-game. Well, there you go. William says, I hope your scoreboard is able to get into double figures. Absolutely. It would be marvelous. If we score 2 in 60 minutes, we'll demolish them. But if we don't, I believe we might draw this one. Yeah, look, Villa are in form. But as we've said on the preview shows, you know, we don't know what Villa's going to turn up here today because they haven't had that massive test against one of the biggest sides. Now, you know, am I boasting there saying that Newcastle United are one of the biggest sides? Absolutely bloody not. We are. We're third in the Premier League. Of course, we're one of the biggest sides. So this is a massive, massive test for Aston Villa today. But it's also a test for us to see how we can perform against a side that is up and coming. There's no doubt about it that Villa are up and coming. But I really do think we can beat them. Some score predictions coming in from you guys out there. 3-0 says Baz. 2-0 says Ken. Frederick's going 2-1. Bruv 3-0. Top G says 2-2. Santosh 2-1 the Toon. Jabba's going 3-1. Adam's very confident at 5-0. Anders 2-1. JR Peacock says 3-1. Time and Tide says, I read peeps. We will be fine today. 3-1 or 2-0. Depends on the defense if they get a goal. Yeah, Ollie Watkins is in form, but I believe we can keep him out the game. Alan says, good morning from Vermont. Yes, an early start in the States, of course, for the game today. Rach is going 3-0. Ryan 5-0. I like coffee 1-0. 2 scoops 3-1 the Toon. I'm liking all your predictions, guys. I really am. 7-2. Do what they did to Liverpool a while ago. Reece, if it's 7-2, I'll be absolutely bloody delighted, mate. I have to say. Dan says, I have a bad feeling. Why would you have a bad feeling? You know, I've got a really good feeling about this, especially the side we've got out today. I'm very excited to see how we perform. And also, we've got a decent bench as well. So we have we have everything there to turn this around and be a very, very positive game. So come on, Tony. Dan, let's get a bit positive. Tony says Bruni and Joe have gone even more blonde. Yeah, they have. Very, very interested and surprised to see Gordon start. Looking forward to it. I feel he's going to make us Geordies bounce today. I'm going to say 2-1 with Isak and Gordon to score. Ian's going 3-1 the Toon. Leonardus has said, I'm feeling 2-2 today. Villa have been superb under Emery. Toon will have to be on it from the first minute to win this one. Well, let's hope they are, because I'm sure from what Eddie Howe has said, he is not going to let Newcastle United play as badly as they did in that first half against Brentford. He made a point of that. 3-0 for Kevin. Always going a Willock Masterclass hat-trick 5-1. Jay Devlin says there's a video on YouTube shows how Villa are overrated and have got lucky recently. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of people looking at Villa and saying, well, have they really played anybody that good? I mean, yes, they beat Chelsea, but is Chelsea really, can you class them as a good side at the moment? I don't really think you can. JT says, is it just me who's really nervous for this game? Would love it if we beat them, though. V for Vendetta's worried as well. Look, I think there's a few people worried. There's a few people very confident today. Dean Maga, thank you for your €5. Come on the Toon, watching from Dublin. Love the show. Thank you very much, matey. I really appreciate that. Martin, thank you for your $1.99 super chat. Great commentary, Paul. How are the lads? Steve says, I'm really hoping Alex was right and that they are not as good as people think they are. 3-1 to the Toon. Well, you have to remember as well, they've got a lot of injuries going into this game. So that, you know, the not, I think there's 3 or 4 of them start 11 not playing today. So there is an opportunity for us. I'm pretty sure of that. Emery is a cup knockout manager. Villa will fall off next season, says Ricky. Yeah, he's done well in the, especially is it the Europa League that he's really been a special manager because he's won quite a lot of those trophies. They're wearing black shorts, so no green and white, thank God. Yeah, just awaiting the players coming out to start the game. 12th man Toon, thank you for your $1.99. He's going for a Murphy hat-trick today. God, I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. I'd love anybody to get a hat-trick for us, to be honest. Just realised we play a Brum club on the same day Sunderland play the other Brum club. Indeed. Shearer's on the broadcast, whichever one Craig's watching. Goatfather says, evening, folks. We can beat Jimmy's Cheese Town boys. How are the lads? Dear me, Jimmy and his cheese. Gina says, hello, everyone, watching from the Philippines. Wow. Hello to you as well, Gina. Libertino says, I'm a new member, mate. Oh, thank you, buddy. I enjoy lots of your content, so fair play. Thank you very, very much for your support on the channel. The memberships do really do help keep the channel going and support it. So thank you to each and every one of you. Stephen reckons Mad Dog Tyndall will be carded today. There's always a chance of a bust up on the sidelines when you got Mad Dog there. Of course, he's fiercely protective of Sir Eddie, isn't he? Yeah, we're in the black and white stripes today, guys. So again, no green shirt. I think they've binned it, to be honest, given that we've had such bad luck with that shirt in recent times. I don't think we've won in it this season, have we? So, yeah. Time and Tide says, I need spoilers, lads. I can watch it. I prefer to listen to it on here. Thank you very much. Don't be a plunker and post spoilers. Just have respect for everybody else, basically. Independent media is a great thing when done well. Toon reviews are very good indeed. Well done, everyone. Thank you, buddy. Graham says, to me, I know certain people have had a Gordon left the pitch or annoyed that Gordon left the pitch the way he did. I was happy to see he wasn't... it's a bit mixed up, that, Graham, to be honest. But yeah, they sorted it out at the end of the day. David says, a hard game, this one. We could cope with anyone now. We can cope with anyone. Sophia says, Villa is not as good as they think they are. Look, I think, you know, when you've got a defence containing Tyrone Mings and a 150-year-old left-back, I genuinely think there's always a chance of winning. The players are now coming out of the tunnel. Villa Park looks packed, guys, to be honest. It looks really packed. But listen, we know the Geordies will be in full voice for this one as well. And they'll be making an awful lot of noise. An awful lot of noise. I don't think my stream is too far behind what BT's. In fact, I think it's level. It's slightly behind. Ever so slightly behind. So I'm not too far behind what the BT one is, to be honest. So, yeah, we might just go with my stream. But remember, you do have the options, of course, to pause and everything like that, and be in sync with me throughout the game if that's what you want to do. We will have Billy and Alex at halftime to join us with their analysis of the game. And don't forget, throughout the first half, guys, please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And keep hitting that like button. And also, please do feel free to keep donating by hitting that $ at the bottom of the live comments. I'm just intrigued to see how this game's going to go. I really am. I think it's so exciting. Really exciting. But just going through the Newcastle team now, as we already know what that is. Arani Granny says, I joined for the Newcastle content. I'm staying for the Chip as Sophia story. He's got no chance. He's got no chance, honestly. Yes, Alex, I do know you need the link, buddy. That will be with you in any second now on Twitter, bud, so don't worry about that. I will have that sorted before the match kicks off here. Messages. Toon review stato. Paste it, please. Thank you. That's been sent to you, buddy. So you'll have the link. We've got another super chat coming in, and this is from 12th Man Toon, $4.99. Thank you very much. Starting a petition to get Daisy on the big screen at St James's when we score would be absolute limbs. How good would that be? How good would that be to see Daisy on the big screen at Newcastle? Roadblock, thank you for your £2 super chat, my friend. Newcastle 5, Villa 0. I will love that if that's the score. God, I hope so. I'm just seeing Anthony Gordon doing some sprinting. Guys, I'm pretty much level with the BT stream. If not, I'm about 2 seconds behind. So I'm just going to go with my stream for now, guys. There's no point looking on my tiny little phone when the stream is so pretty much bang on what that is. So yeah, there we go. Why not? There's Emery now, just taking in the atmosphere, sitting there like a perched parrot. And there is Eddie Howe and the great Mad Dog himself. We are ready to go, very close to kickoff, guys. They are actually going to be changing sides. And remember, I've gone with my normal stream, so I'm like a couple of seconds behind the normal BT stream by the looks of things. So please, guys, just pause and wait till I say, right, we're underway, or just watch your stream. But do not put spoilers in. Please respect everybody else who want to view the game and enjoy the commentary. Do not ruin it, please, or the mods will chuck you out. It's as simple as that. And we really don't want to do that. So let's just use common sense today, please. Thank you very much. Ian says the Geordies are making all the noise. Absolutely. England manager Gareth Southgate is in today as well to watch the game. So big opportunity for those English players. We are almost ready for kickoff, guys. So remember, no spoilers. And I'll tell you when we're underway. So if you've paused your TV, we're underway. At Villa Park, Newcastle United versus Aston Villa. This is a big one today, and immediately Isak putting pressure on Martinez. That is very, very good to see because Villa like to play out from the back. Having said that, I don't think they've got the players that can play out from the back. I generally don't think they do. But that's a through ball immediately for Ollie Watkins, and this is trouble for Newcastle, and Watkins has hit the post. Wow! In the first 30 seconds of the game there, he held off Sven Botman and hits the post. What an opportunity. What an opportunity for Villa. He got in through the middle of the two centre-backs. He held off Sven Botman and it hits the bottom of the post and bounces away. I thought it was going to nestle in the corner, but what a disaster again that would have been for Newcastle. And again, as we saw at West Ham and Brentford, a very, very slow start. I know it's the first minute, but Christ almighty, what an opportunity for Villa. My God. Anyway, it's gone out now for a goal kick, which Nick Pope is going to thump up the field. He slips as he kicks it. Joe Linton gets a flick on. Now Anthony Gordon, his first touch of the game. He cuts inside. He's got Jacob Murphy to his right. Jacob Murphy into the box, pulls it across, and it hits Anthony Gordon and bounces luckily for Villa, who clipped the ball away, and it's a throw. Very positive move for Newcastle United, that coming straight back down the other end at Aston Villa, but unfortunately, nothing comes of it. But a very, very entertaining first couple of minutes to this game. Villa hitting the post. Will they be made to regret that? But clearly, the danger is there for all to see with Ollie Watkins, guys. It's there. So a little bit of a worrying moment for Newcastle United. But at the moment, they force the goalkeeper, Martinez. Isak closing him down. Martinez goes right-footed up the field. Botman does very well. Bruno goes in with a tough challenge, and it's a free kick to Villa. Some very, very beach blonde Brazilians in the middle of that field for Newcastle United today. But Mings leaves the free kick. He's going to leave it to the goalkeeper to take. So still 0-0, very early doors. Time and Tide, thank you for your £2 super chat. Keep them coming, guys. Please keep the subscribes coming as well. Let's see how high we can get today during the stream on the subscriptions. Long ball by Martinez. Again, looking for Ollie Watkins. Fabian Schär wins that. It bounces down to Kieran Trippier. He goes long up the line looking for Murphy, but it only finds Tyrone Mings, who chests the ball down. Murphy pressing hard, as is Alexander Isak. Martinez just flicks it up left-footed. It comes to Willock. He tries to bring it down. Trippier, that's a really bad touch from Kieran Trippier. However, it was a heavy touch from Ramsey, and the ball goes out of play for a Newcastle throw-in. So a very, very, very interesting start. Again, as it happened at West Ham, the post saves us. But that is a warning shot. The ball over the top for Ollie Watkins. He's got the pace. He's definitely got the pace to match Botman. And Dan Burn a little bit late into the challenge there, but he gets away with it. Villa starting definitely the better side at the moment. Throw into Newcastle again, which Trippier will slow right down here just to get a foothold in this game. Calm things down. Again, we're a little bit edgy, a little bit too overly excited. But here's Bruno now for Newcastle United, bringing it away. Plays it back to Sven Botman. Botman will go left across to Dan Burn. Burn looking for options and gets it from Anthony Gordon. Rolls it back to Dan Burn, who in turn goes back to Sven Botman. Botman looking for an outlet now. Goes long this time. Looking for Isak, but it's in between Gordon and Isak. Never got anywhere. Poor touch by Douglas Luiz, and it goes out for a throw to Newcastle United. Just over the halfway line, which Dan Burn is going to take. Lays it into Joe Linton. Joe Linton is brought down, and a free kick for Newcastle United. McGinn bringing down Joe Linton there. Good bit of play by Big Joe. He knew he was going to get clattered, so moved the ball out the way, and we get a free kick, which once again Kieran Trippier comes across to take. Bruno just leaves the ball for him and says, right, come on, skipper, float it in. Isak having a good conversation with Sven Botman there. So I wonder if they've been working in anything in training for these set pieces. Christ, I hope so. Anyway, Trippier launches it in to the edge of the box. Up goes Schär. He wins it. Flicked on by Dan Burn. It comes down to Isak. He can't quite get it under control, and Villa clear it. Good pressure on Ramsey there from Fabian Schär. Villa now trying to play the ball out. Ramsey's cut back, and he wins the throw-in off the tackle of Fabian Schär. Good opportunities there. The ball just bouncing around a little bit, hit and miss there, so nobody could really get a foothold on it. And Moreno is going to take the throw-in for Aston Villa. So Ashley Young's playing on the right today, so it means that Gordon's going against the left footer on the left-hand side. So I fancy Gordon's pace against Ashley Young. I really do. Anyway, there's a bit of head tennis going on here. Moreno and Ramsey playing a little bit between themselves. Moreno goes long and finds Ollie Watkins in a bit of space. He lays it up. Not the greatest of touches, but Buendia does well. Out to Ashley Young. He gets mixed up there, and Anthony Gordon quickly on him to make the tackle. And it is going to be the 150-year-old Ashley Young to take the throw in for Aston Villa. He goes back all the way to Douglas Luiz, who plays it back to Martinez. He, in turn, goes way out to the left now for Moreno. Moreno for Villa now brings it over the halfway line into Ramsey. Good turn by Ramsey. Sets Moreno way down the left-hand side. Good bit of play there from Villa. Oh, he stepped inside Jacob Murphy. If he wasn't there, great chance. Good header away by Fabian Schär. And again, a real opportunity there for Aston Villa. But good defending from Newcastle United. Isak tripped Ramsey there, but play goes on. Luiz for Villa brings it out. Ashley Young goes back to Tyrone Mings now. Villa with the ball. Mings wants to go long to the left-hand side, looking for the run of Moreno again, but he's not going to get to that one. And it's a throw into Newcastle United. It's clear what Villa's tactics are here. They're looking for the wingers to get the ball into Ollie Watkins, as we've just seen a replay now of Watkins hitting the base of the post. And luckily for us, it bounced away to Fabian Schär, and he played the rebound out for a goal kick. Very, very difficult start to the game again. However, you know, there's only 7 minutes gone, guys. There's plenty of time. Isak Rolls the ball down to Joe Willock. Good fighting for the ball there by Big Joe. Bruno manages to get rid of 2 players. There's a Villa player gone down. Newcastle just get on with it. And out to Anthony Gordon now on the left-hand side. Gordon midway through the Villa half. He's got options to his left. He cuts inside. Tried to lay it into Joe Linton, but it was intercepted. I think Gordon's won the ball back brilliantly. Joe Willock now. He goes back to Sven Botman. Botman to Willock. Buendia's back on his feet now for Villa, so play will go on. Willock to Bruno. Bruno then lays it back to Sven Botman. Bit of passing from Newcastle United, which we needed. Share goes over the top. It's way, way over the top, and Trippier's not going to get there, and it bounces out for a throw-in deep in the Villa half. Guys, if you are new to the channel, we've got over 1,100 watching here. Please do hit that like button and, of course, the subscription button. Come and be part of this wonderful community that we have on the Toon Review today. Basically shows nearly every day. All your Newcastle United news. Great banter on the channel as well. And that's what makes us what we are. It's not all serious stuff all the time. As Moreno has it in the left-back position again for Villa. He cuts inside. Isak wins it back. Good work from Joe Linton again. Brilliant work from Trippier. Isak's into the box. Isak! What a hit from Isak! And Martinez has to touch the ball over the bar. He didn't even take a backflip there. He just whacked it. What a hit that by Isak. It was a good height for Martinez, but he still had to respond brilliantly to tip it over the bar. Sue, thank you very much, Sue Cortman, for your $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Wow, what a hit that was by Isak from nowhere. And that's what he can do. It's brilliant. No backlift at all there. Just got the ball, looked at the net, see where he wanted to put it, and lashed it. What a hit that was. Corner to Newcastle United. Trippier takes. It's very, very deep, and Martinez comes out and gets the ball. If he'd missed it, Share was in there, but he's got rid of it very, very quickly to Moreno. Moreno, again, looking for the quick run of Ollie Watkins, but it was Joe Willock back there helping out, and that's a foul by Ramsey on Bruno. Clever play that by Bruno, cutting across Ramsey just to take the pressure off Newcastle a little bit there. Bruno went down a little bit easy, but that's what he does. He wins free kicks for Newcastle when we're under the cosh a little bit. Fabian Schär takes the free kick long to the left-hand side, looking for the run of Anthony Gordon, and it's a brilliant ball because it's right onto Anthony Gordon. He cuts inside, ball comes in, cleared away by Villa, and now they break. And again, they're looking for the ball to Watkins. Sven Botman brilliantly slides in to get the ball to Dan Burn, who's tried that cut inside again and has lost the ball. Why didn't he just give a simple touch out left there? Good challenge that from Kieran Trippier coming right across the field to make it. But here is Ramsey for Villa. Going against Jacob Murphy on this left-hand side here. Cuts inside. Buendia finds Douglas Luiz. Luiz has to go back again to Tyrone Mings. Good pressure that by Newcastle. Luiz on the ball again in the centre circle. Plays it through to Buendia. Buendia touches on Dendoncker. Dendoncker goes to the right-hand side. The ball comes in. It's a good ball again for Ollie Watkins. He heads it down and Villa score. It's a brilliant finish from young Ramsey. And once again, it's a poor, poor start for Newcastle. They couldn't handle the Ollie Watkins there. He nods it down, and it's lashed home on the half volley by Ramsey. And it's a perfect start for Aston Villa. And a terrible one for Newcastle. I don't know. It was a good move from Villa. Nice passing. We didn't get anywhere near them. The ball comes across. Ollie Watkins does well to nod the ball down, and it's a brilliant finish, you have to say, from young Ramsey. On the half volley, tucks it away in the corner, and Villa lead. Absolutely no chance for Nick Pope. Great play by Ollie Watkins. Trippier couldn't handle him, and it's in the back of the net. I mean, he's not going to get a sweeter strike than that ever. Absolutely put his laces through it, and Aston Villa go in front. Well. Not the greatest start that we wanted here. Villa leading by 1-0. And players underway again. We need to kick our asses into gear here. It's been a poor start again. As Byrne goes left looking for the run of Anthony Gordon. He chases down Ashley Young. Good play between him and Martinez. He flicks it back out. Ashley Young cuts inside of Isak. Goes across to Tyrone Mings. Villa definitely have the tails up here. Moreno now. Plays it long. Down that left-hand side, looking for the run of Ollie Watkins again. Nick Pope has come miles out his goal, but it's gone out of play for a throw-in. on the halfway line. Trippier gets on with it to Bruno. Bruno very, very slow there and has lost the ball, and it's going to be a Villa throw. We are rattled here. There's no doubt about it. Guys, stop the spoilers or you'll be chucked out. Simple as that. No more warnings. Stop being idiots, man. Here's Tyrone Mings. Across to Louise now. Louise goes back to Martinez. Good closing down that by Isak. And then Martinez goes long again. This time Fabian Schär heads it down to Murphy. Murphy tucks it inside to Bruno. Bruno now cuts across to the left. Has to knock it back to Sven Botman. Good closing down by Buendia. Long ball out to the right-hand side again. This time from Botman is straight out to play. We haven't got into this. But that Villa goal came from a mistake from Dan Burn. Again, trying that stupid little cut inside. And players are reading it. Players are easily reading it these days. Villa win the ball back and, of course, go up the other end and score a goal. So, disappointing. Jimmy Jones, thank you for your 199 super chat. He says you can't play West Ham every week. That's a good point, Jimmy. But we're making Villa look good here. We're just making Villa look really, really good. And again, it's a disappointing first 15 minutes, I have to say. I thought we'd be better than this. Clearly we're not. Moreno comes up down the left-hand side now, over the halfway line. Just rolls that back into Dendoncker. He goes across now to Louise. Louise now for Villa, just plays it across to Dendoncker. Dendoncker across to Moreno again. The left back cuts it all the way back to Tyrone Mings. And Mings in turn goes back to Martinez. Villa, of course, can play the ball around now. They've got that goal cushion. Long ball by Martinez out to the left-hand side. Headed on by Moreno. Good play by Ramsey. And Ramsey sets Watkins away again. Fabian Schär coming back to try and help out. Watkins cuts inside. Brilliant save by Nick Pope down to his left. Wow. And Villa piling it on here. Moreno goes to the byline, cuts it across. Wow. And I think that was a save. Or it could have come off the bar. We are all over the place here. Long ball into the box again. Moreno goes to hit it, and Murphy breaks for Newcastle. What the hell is going on here? Pull your heads out your asses. My God. Now, it's with Willock. He decides he wants to go on a run. Isak through the middle. Willock knocks the ball across. It's deflected into the arms of Martinez. Now, I don't know whether that was a save from Nick Pope or whether... I have no idea. I know that Ollie Watkins, a brilliant run again, cuts inside. Brilliant save by Nick Pope. The ball then bounces around. Moreno wins it back for Villa, goes straight to the byline, round Kieran Trippier like he's not there. And it is off the bar. It's Ramsey again, smashes the bar. And that could have been 2-0 to Newcastle. And we are all over the shop right now. We just cannot get into the game. Bruno goes in hard again. There's a Villa player down. Play goes on with Joe Willock. He knocks it back to Bruno. Bruno wants to play on with the game, but it looks like we're going to stop this. Buendia and Bruno were involved in a collision there. And the referee, well, the ball's gone out to play. It was more of a clash than anything else, I think, looking at that. Don't think there's anything in that, to be honest. Nah. Bruno kept his feet out of it. It's Ramsey that's down. He could have gone in with his studs, Bruno, but he didn't. He moved them out the way, and just a simple collision. But my God, this needs to kick off this game. We are not in it at all. Villa dominating. Possession is 79% for Villa, so you can see how the game's going. It's rotten right now. Absolutely rotten. I'm not sure what the injury is to Ramsey. I think it's more like he's being winded, but we're going to see the goal again here. Villa passing it through, creating space for each other. The ball came out right. It was swinging on the left foot. Ollie Watkins with a brilliant nod down, and that's as easy a finish as you're going to get from Ramsey. Took it very well. Absolutely buried his laces through it. Trippier actually pushed Ollie Watkins, and Trippier's had a nightmare start to this game, guys. Absolute nightmare start. But to be honest, so have we. It should actually be 2-0 to Villa because Ramsey should have actually smashed the net with that chance, but instead he hammered it off the crossbar. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, keep those likes coming in, please, if you're enjoying the stream. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button, which is free to do so. And also, please do donate to the channel if you feel like you want to by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. Thank you very much. As we're just seeing the chance for Ramsey just slightly got under the ball and certainly didn't mean to lift it as high as he did. And Emery in total shock that he actually missed that opportunity. But Ramsey's back on his feet, jogging off the pitch. And it remains 1-0 to Villa after 17 and a half minutes, which have not been a great 17 and a half minutes for Newcastle. It's still 1-0. We're playing absolutely abysmally, it has to be said. But while it's still 1-0, we know that Newcastle United have the capability to turn games around. Let's just hope it bloody happens here, because we haven't got into the game at all at the moment. We're all over the shop. But the ball is with Botman in the centre circle at the moment. He looks to go out wide to Dan Burn and instead cuts back to Cher, who goes back to Botman again, who in turn finds his defensive partner. And at the minute, they're just playing it around between themselves. Good pressing from Aston Villa, doing exactly what we normally do to teams. Here's Bruno now for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon wins a throw-in on the left-hand side. Good bit of play there by Gordon. He's trying to skip around the Villa player and did it very well. John McGinn on the right-hand side, who's playing very well. And, of course, McGinn was the one who crossed it in for the head down for Ollie Watkins. But to be honest, it was poor defending, guys. It was really poor. And we've lost the ball again in the middle of the park. Douglas Luiz, nice turn. Just lays it out to Ashley Young on the right-hand side. Young very close to the byline, clips it over the top for the run of Watkins. Oh, Nick Pope and Botman clearly not in communication with each other there. And they've gone for the big lob over the goalkeeper, and it's way out. What on earth is going on, guys? What on earth is going on? I mean, Botman and Pope clearly not communicating. Dan Burn, just shambolic. And then a long ball over the top. I don't know what Dan Burn's doing there. He tries that stupid turn again. He absolutely nails Buendia, which it was a foul all day long. I'm not sure what the hell Dan Burn was doing. Buendia's having a conversation now, told to get lost by the referee. But Villa definitely with the tails up here. Now, we need to see this out and get into this game, because at the moment we are just lacking in every single department. Trippier now on the right for Newcastle. Launches it forward over the top, looking for the run of Isak. Isak's going against it, and the referee gives a free kick for the push. It was good defending in the end. He steps across Isak. Isak gives him a little nudge, and down he goes. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Martinez is going to take the free kick. He's got his two centre-backs each side of him. Now, what will he do? He'll go long. Looking for Ollie Watkins, who's causing us all sorts of problems, you have to say, early in this game. But Cher wins the header. Clipped over the top. Nice play. Murphy lays it up to Trippier. That's better. And a lovely ball down the line. Sees Joe Linton and Martinez going at it. Martinez wins the ball. And boy, he had to. Excellent goalkeeping from the Aston Villa keeper there, because he had to win that ball. Because if Joe Linton got there first, you're guaranteed he would have probably fouled Joe Linton and he'd been in big, big trouble. Another free kick to Aston Villa. We're giving away stupid fouls here. Fabian Cher's the latest one to do it, and the referee wants to have a word with Fabian Cher. Mings comes in demanding a yellow card. Watkins is rolling around like he's being poleaxed. It was just a trip, man. Get up, you soft shite. Honestly, just got a tap on the ankle. What is it with these footballers today, man, rolling around like that? Honestly, pathetic. And Fabian Cher's now been booked. Just to rub in this first 20 minutes, guys. Fabian Cher booked. He's trying to say it's his first one. He's trying to say he just stood up Ollie Watkins, but the yellow card is going to stand. And that puts Fabian Cher in problems going against Ollie Watkins for the rest of the game. Fabian Cher clearly not happy. Neither is Eddie Howe, as they're having a chat with the fourth official there. Andrew says, I'm a Villa fan, but respect for the fair commentary. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Look, I call it how it is. I can't call it any other way. Villa are by far the better side here. Long ball again, looking for the run of Buendia, who's also moving about the pitch up front. He's certainly going across the back four, and he's causing problems as well. Sven Botman now trying to bring it away for Newcastle. Goes to Dan Burn on the left. Burn rolls it up to Anthony Gordon. That's better. Gordon, in turn, goes right to Trippier. Nice football from Newcastle. Trippier, first-time ball on for Jacob Murphy, who's got the run. Murphy's ball in! Oh, and Isak is inches away from getting there. It was a brilliant ball in from Jacob Murphy, and by far Newcastle United's best move of the game. Murphy looked up. Joe Linton was slightly offside, I think, but he played a peach of a ball across, and it was literally just inches too far in front of the oncoming Isak, and you guaranteed had Isak got there, he would have scored. But that's our best move of the game by a long way, and hopefully is a bit of a turning point in this first half, because Christ, we needed that. Brilliant ball in from Murphy, and those kind of balls are just begging to be put in the back of the net. Long ball again from Martinez up to McGinn. He does very well, but we win it back well. Bruno now for Newcastle. Steps inside Luiz. Great play by Bruno. Floats one over the top, almost bringing Murphy in. But this is better from Newcastle United. Without a doubt. Watkins does well. That's better from Villa. And now they can break with Buendia through the middle. Going through the centre circle now. He's got Willer coming back. But Buendia holds onto the ball for support. Lays it off to Watkins. Watkins into the box now against Botman. It's floated across by Watkins, and it's going to be a corner to Villa. They do look very, very dangerous on the break, and we look really slow. Good play by Willock there to slow Buendia up. He just played it into Watkins. Watkins knew he was running out of room, tried to clip it across, and it clips off Sven Botman and goes for a corner to Villa. I have to say, Villa are playing as they've been playing in the last few games. This is why their form's been so good. And at the minute, us Newcastle fans are beginning to eat our words about the way Villa haven't played against, bigger teams. They're doing, you've got to admit, doing very well at the minute. Douglas Luiz is going to take this corner for Villa. He ends up going short to McGinn. McGinn's ball in, and somehow it doesn't hit anybody. It comes out to Watkins on the right-hand side. He plays it back to Ramsey. Ramsey back to Watkins now. Ollie Watkins crosses the ball in, and a header is wide of the post by Buendia. He put it well wide in the end and possibly should have done a lot better with that. Just waiting to see. Watkins puts a peach of a cross in, and yeah, he's unmarked. Nobody picked Buendia up, and he only got a faint touch on the ball to send it wide as he looks to the heavens and prays, but that could have been 2-0 as well. But we are getting absolutely battered at the moment, it's fair to say. And again, these first halves, unbelievable. Burn up to Anthony Gordon, and Gordon can't keep it in. It's a terrible ball by Dan Burn up the line, to be fair. And both our fullbacks are having nightmares at the minute. Absolute nightmares. I'm not even joking. It's rotten. As Ashley Young now goes back to Martinez in the Villa goal. Martinez just waits for an option, sees it out to the left-hand side, but Jacob Murphy will get there. Nice play by Murphy. Joe Linton into Bruno. Bruno sees the run of Murphy, tries to play it through, but good defended by Mings. Never thought I'd say that today. Luiz then goes all the way back to Martinez. Isak closing him down. Martinez goes out to the right-hand side for Ashley Young. He cuts inside, lays it back. Dendoncker and Martinez both in support. He goes to Dendoncker. Dodgy ball, that, but well played. And Dendonker's now gone down holding his ankle. The referee has waved play on. Not sure what the hell Dendonker's doing lying on the floor. It was ridiculous holding his ankle again. These Villa footballers are made of sponge at the moment. Long ball in. Good bit of play again by Villa. Watkins, the very, very, very frightened of Ollie Watkins' runs, the two centre-backs for Newcastle at the moment, but just nowhere. Long ball up again. Tyrone Mings just gives a little nudge to Isak and wins the ball. Moreno sends that into the heavens. Joe Linton underneath this one with Luiz, but Joe Linton won it, but it just bounces down now to Dendoncker. Dendoncker plays it all the way to the right-hand side. Out to Ashley Young now on the right for Villa. He'll look inside. Nice bit of play. Buendia again, looking for the run of Watkins, and instead it's Ramsey now. Ramsey, the corner of the penalty area for Villa. Again, loads of space from those runs that these youngsters are making for Villa. Rolls it back. There's a shot coming in here, and it's over the bar. And I believe that was Dendoncker who hit that, but never troubling Nick Pope. But Jesus Christ, we are really, really... We've never been in the game. There's almost half an hour gone. We've had one decent move, and that's it. Dendoncker will be disappointed with that shot, to be honest. 7 attempts for Villa with 2 on target, 1 for Newcastle with 1 on target. I can't remember that one, to be honest. Anyway, we're with Dan Burn now on the left-hand side. Gives it away yet again. He's having a stinker, Dan Burn, giving it away. McGinn now going against Dan Burn. He's given Dan Burn such a rough ride in this first half. Burn manages to win the ball and shakes his head. He knows that's just not good enough. Absolutely atrocious, man. And again, it looks like we're going to have to kick them. Eddie's going to have to kick these up the arse and try and do something at half-time. Because, again, whatever's been said before they've gone out, it hasn't worked. We're all out of this shop. It's awful from Newcastle right now. Here's Tyrone Mings inside to Douglas Luiz. And he goes left to Moreno. Moreno now going against Jacob Murphy. Gets to the byline. In comes the cross again. Burn is underneath this. It's not a great header, I have to say, but Newcastle trying to win the ball back and do with Willock. Willock trying to get free, and he's going to win a free kick. Good play by Joe Willock. Buendia is furious, as he would be. Just having a look at it again. Willock tripped himself over, to be fair. He kicked the back of his own leg. But I don't care. We needed that free kick. Here is Willock again for Newcastle. No options available but to go back to Botman. He then plays it across to Cher. Cher inside now for Bruno. Bruno looking for a runner, finds it on the left-hand side. It's a wonderful ball over to Anthony Gordon on the right-hand side. Takes it down with his right, and McGinn comes in and a throw into Newcastle deep in Villa's half. We're getting bullied, Tom. You're right. We are getting bullied completely. Eddie having a chat there with Tyndall. Something's got to change. It's been rotten this first half an hour. Absolutely bag of hammers. Absolute bag of hammers. At the moment, I'd rather shave my testicles with a cheese grater than watch this. It's absolutely horrible. And it's a goal kick for Villa. Nothing's happening, guys. Nothing is working at the moment for Newcastle United. It's just ridiculous. And of course, Villa are going to take the time over this. They're not going to rush anything. And we'd be exactly the same position if we were 1-0 up. John Joe says, get Nick Pope to have an injury. We need to regroup. Christ, we needed to regroup since the first minute. I mean, let's be honest, guys. They've hit the woodwork twice as well. That's not great from Joe Linton, but Trippier wins it back. And then tried to set Murphy away, but it was awful. He then hits a brilliant ball out to Gordon, who lays it into Joe Willock now. Gordon on the left for Newcastle United. In comes the cross. Oh, just too high for the oncoming Joe Linton. And Trippier gives away a stupid foul on Ollie Watkins again. And good play from the youngster there. And a free kick to Villa. Please don't ask for links for the matches, guys. We can't give you them, unfortunately. We would get into serious problems if we did that. So if you can't watch the game, just enjoy the commentary. So, 15 minutes to half-time. I'm not sure, well, there's a word that I can actually describe this first half, apart from shocking. Certainly, Emery has got his tactics right in this game. He's got his team playing. We just haven't turned up at all. Good win of the ball there from Dan Burn. Nice move from Anthony Gordon. Cuts inside, lays it to Big Joe. Joe Linton goes outside to Trippier now. Trippier to Murphy. Murphy now looks for the run of Joe Linton. Finds it. Joe Linton almost at the touchline. Trippier has the ball now. There's not much on, but finds Joe Linton again. Cuts it back to Bruno. Bruno's ball in is a grass cutter and easily cleared away by Villa. And Ollie Watkins, brilliant from Cher that. He had pressure from Ollie Watkins, but Cher manages to play it out. He clips the ball over looking for Jacob Murphy, but it's overhit. And Martinez gets on with the game very quickly. He goes long again looking for Ollie Watkins, who manages to do very well against Fabian Cher there and wins the throw for Villa. He's causing us all sorts of problems. And I take back what I said about Ollie Watkins. Because I said in the preview, I didn't think Ollie Watkins was all that, but haven't seen him live. My God, what a talent. He's bossing. He's bossing that front line. Newcastle win the ball back. Good tackle by Luiz, or else we were in trouble there. Villa were in trouble there. Isak was through on goal. Ramsey Again, doing really well. It kicked out the player, but it did. Trippier looks very unsettled here. He's appealing for everything for Newcastle when it was clear that he kicked the ball out of play there. Just get on with the game. But dare I say that we're missing Sean Longstaff here. We're missing the way he breaks play up. I know he's not the most brilliantly gifted technical player, but he breaks play up very easy. And we're not seeing that from anybody from Newcastle right now. Mings has the ball and goes back to Martinez, his goalkeeper. Martinez just plays it out very gently, goes all the way to the right-hand side to Ashley Young. Ashley Young, it's not a great ball by him. Bruno wins it back for Newcastle. Good strength from the Brazilian into Joe Willock. Willock turns. He's got Bruno in front of him. Willock twisting and turning, looking for an outball. Gets it from Gordon. Nice little spin by Gordon there. Gordon now cuts inside, back on his right foot, plays it inside to Bruno. But I think Bruno's lost the ball there and kicks out, and it's a free kick to Villa. McGinn's furious. It was petulant, that from Bruno, and that just says everything about how we're playing in this first half. It's absolutely rank, this, guys. I'm going to call it how it is. Villa are battering us today so far in this first 33 minutes. I don't know what Bruno was trying to do there. The ball from Gordon seemed to be for Willock. Bruno took over, lost the ball, and then petulantly kicked out for a free kick on McGinn. Anyway, Martinez goes long for Aston Villa. Botman is underneath it. Joe Linton beaten in the air by Louise, who was bossed that midfield for Villa this afternoon. I'm using that word a lot, and I wish I didn't have to. Out to the left-hand side now to Moreno, the left back. He plays in a cross. It's blocked by Kieran Trippier for a throw-in for Aston Villa. Well, Gareth Southgate's there. He can't be pleased with what he's seen from Kieran Trippier. That's a certainty. Both full backs for Newcastle have been rotten. Anyway, Moreno has it after taking the throw in. Played gently back to him. Plays a 1-2 with Buendia. Murphy does well to win the ball back and wins a free kick for Newcastle United. Great play from Jacob Murphy. Who's probably been, if I'm being honest, Murphy's put the one really dangerous ball across the box. He's tracking back. He's doing well, Jacob Murphy, today. In what can only be described as a terrible performance, as Joe Linton's tripped over there by Ramsey. Free kick to Newcastle. And, well, was that James Corden? He looked the spitting double of James Corden with his top off there. Not a great sight. Murphy again looking for the byline. He gets support now from Kieran Trippier. Trippier, again, doesn't put the ball in, just lays it back to Murphy. Murphy does have an opportunity to cross, but too slow. Too slow. And eventually Trippier does, but it hits the Villa defender, and it bounces for Tyrone Mings. And Mings just whacks it up the pitch to clear the ball for Villa. I don't know what Jacob Murphy was doing there. Again, he could have quickly turned and got a cross in, but he didn't. He just turned back. And then Trippier, well, terrible. Couldn't put the cross in. Here's Joe Linton. Nice little, beautiful little through the legs dummy there. Put a terrible ball for Isak. And Villa win the ball back again. Trippier knocks down Moreno. Free kick Aston Villa. And Trippier is getting very annoyed now. Isak and Trippier having words with the linesman. Moreno did go down very, very easily. As soon as he feels the hands on, that's a dive, I have to say. But it's what every fullback does. As soon as he feels the hands on the back, you're going to go down for a free kick. But to be honest, it's frustration. Frustration is certainly the name of the game for Newcastle United at the moment. 10 minutes to half-time. Ashley Young brings it forward for Villa into McGinn. McGinn spins, cuts in field, clips the ball over the top. A chance for Villa. Nick Pope is out his goal very quickly to head it away. Good goalkeeping there by Nick Pope. Or Villa were in for a second. I mean, this could be 4 or 5-0 so far. Brilliant ball by Bruno down the line, though, for Murphy now. Murphy towards the box. Cuts inside onto his left. Murphy, blocked by the Villa defender. Comes back to Bruno. Bruno now turns. Looks for support. Gets it from Joe Linton. It's blocked again. Great defending from Villa. And then a foul by Bruno. Free kick. And both teams getting frustrated here. Villa are frustrated with the tackles that are going in. Newcastle are frustrated with the way Villa are throwing themselves to the floor. But again, the shots are just not good enough from Villa. And it's blocked every time. I mean, that's a bit nasty from Bruno again. He's got away with a couple of them in the first half. But what a ball this is. I mean, he's onside as well, Ramsey. Trippier's playing him on, but brilliant goalkeeping by Nick Pope. Quickly off his line and heads it away absolutely brilliantly. He got clattered by Ramsey, but he's up, and Martinez having a chat with the referee now, because I think he's going to take the free kick for Villa. How Bruno hasn't been booked in this first half. I mean, Fabian Schär was booked for a ridiculous one, and then Bruno's made two pretty nasty challenges, I have to say, and got away with them. But it's clearly frustration for Newcastle here, because they just cannot create anything. And the shots that we are trying to get in are being blocked straight away by Villa. That's good play by Isak. Isak hauled down, says the referee. No, Isak not very happy at all. That looked like a foul to me. He got the better of the defender there, and no free kick. Mings now for Villa. He's going to thump it out to the right to McGinn. McGinn knocks it on, looking for the run of Buendia. Botman comes across. Byrne hacks it up the field. Ashley Young trying to bring it down, being pestered by Anthony Gordon. But it's all the way back now to Martinez in the goal. Villa will be happy to go up 1-0, but Emery will be so disappointed that this isn't a comfortable lead for Aston Villa right now. They've hit the post twice. It could be 4 or 5. I'm being deadly honest with you there, guys. It could be 4 or 5 right now. How it isn't, I'll never know. Dendoncker all the way across to the right-hand side. Now, good play by Villa again. Long ball played over the top, looking for Ollie Watkins. It's a brilliant ball. Watkins lays it down to Buendia. Buendia got there ahead of Trippier, but couldn't find Ollie Watkins. Now, Jacob Murphy. He's in a bit of a quandary. He's done brilliantly, Jacob Murphy, there to get rid of 2 Villa defenders. And he's away down the right-hand side, Jacob Murphy. Can he get a ball in? No, he can't. It's blocked by Moreno, and it's going to trickle out for a Newcastle throw. Brilliant again from Jacob Murphy. He's been the best player on the pitch for us right now today. There's no doubt about it. He's put a couple of good crosses in, and that was absolutely brilliant. He had nowhere to go there, Jacob Murphy, in his own half, but managed to skip round 2 Villa players. And again, just can't get in at all. Trippier's going to take the throw in for Newcastle. Lays it to Joe Linton. Joe Linton back to Trippier. In back to Joe Linton now. Joe Linton has a look. See who's available. He's got Fabian Schär. Schär on his left leg goes across to Botman now. Botman, midway through the Villa half. We're being pressed back again here by Villa. But nice ball by Schär into Joe Linton. Joe Linton looks for the run of Bruno. Can't find him, but it comes back to Joe Linton. He's hit a really wet pass, but that manages to get to Joe Willock. And he got it back to Botman. Nice play by Newcastle United. Joe Willock now steps inside. He's got Isak now. Isak for Newcastle. He's got the run of Anthony Gordon, who looked offside to me there and is indeed offside. Should have read the line a little bit better there, Anthony Gordon. 5 minutes to half time at Villa Park. And, well, this has been... I mean, this has been as much use as me eating my morning feces. It really has. Absolute rotten. There's been nothing to cheer about for Newcastle United in this first half, guys. Absolutely nothing. I mean, to be fair, we are letting Villa have the ball a lot. We are letting Villa have a bit of space. However, let's not take anything away from Villa. They've done the homework here, and they've played very, very well in the first half. Byrne with a header from the goal kick. Anthony Gordon plays it inside now to Bruno. Bruno with a bit of space. Out to the right-hand side now to Kieran Trippier, who will bring it over the halfway line and lay it up to Jacob Murphy now. Murphy heading towards the touchline. He's got an overlap. He plays a ball in. Joe Linton pointed. Joe, you pointed where what you wanted the ball. Murphy gives him it, and Joe stops running. I mean, come on. You know, if you're going to point to where you want the ball and the player puts the ball there, you stop running. I mean, there's no need for it. Moreno inside to Douglas Luiz, who's being pressured now by Bruno, but he finds a brilliant ball out to the right-hand side for Anthony Young. He brings it inside to Buendia. Buendia almost gets Ollie Watkins in again. And Villa win the ball back again. They're all over us, man. Villa completely outplaying Newcastle here. Moreno has the ball crossed in. Nick Pope comes for it and punches away. It bounces to Murphy, who's lost the ball. Why are you messing around in your penalty area like that? Honestly, just clear the fucking ball, man. Unbelievable. I mean, what is Murphy holding on the ball for in his own penalty area with 2 Villa players around him? Poor. Villa have a corner here. And guys, listen, if Villa score a second goal, can we really complain at this? Absolutely freaking not. A lot of pushing and shoving going on in the penalty area. Douglas Luiz is going to take this corner. It's an in-swinger, bouncing around. It comes out to Buendia. Sorry, Ashley Young. He fancies a shot. It's blocked. Played out to the left-hand side again. McGinn. He looks to cross it in. Claiming handball on Trippier. Trippier gets on with the game. So to Villa, to be fair. And it's a ball down the line. Again, McGinn causing all sorts of problems. And it's another corner for Aston Villa. I mean, it hits Kieran Trippier's arm. It really does. But Kieran Trippier's got his arms behind his back. So you can't really give her anything for that. I don't know whether VAR are having a look at it or not, but they can't give a penalty for that. That's ridiculous. We need to hang on till half-time. It's simple. Do not concede another goal now and regroup. Christ, we need to. Anyway, ball into the Villa box again. It's a scramble. And that's poor from Anthony Gordon. He doesn't clear it. This time Murphy does. What is it? We're not being able to clear the ball today. Wow. Ashley Young plays it across. Douglas Luiz. I mean, we just second best in every frigging department here. Every department was second best. Dan Burn, for once, does right. Gordon now. And Gordon's brought down and wins a free kick for Newcastle United. And he quickly gets on with it. Share. Down the line now to Jacob Murphy. He's got an overlap from Kieran Trippier. Murphy, can he bring Trippier into the game? Yes, he does. It's a lovely ball down the line for Trippier. Trippier pulls it back. It's bouncing around. It's Bruno on his left foot. And it's wide. But the offside flag's gone up anyway against Kieran Trippier, so it wouldn't have counted. I mean, he's miles offside. Why didn't the linesman just put his flag up there? He was absolutely acres offside. And Bruno's left foot shot wasn't anything to write home about. Oh, dear me. Dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Over 1,500 watching again, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Please do hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream. And also, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Let's see what we can finish on by the end of this stream today as we head our quest towards 19,000 subscribers. Please keep them coming in. Ollie Watkins and Joe Linton having a bit of a tussle there and a few words between them. Martinez goes to the other side looking for Ramsey, though. Flicked on by Jacob Murphy. That's just going to roll out of play. And it's a Villa throw-in, which Moreno is going to take. We've got 2 minutes of additional time. They can't come quick enough right now because this is god-awful. I mean, this is. I mean, to be honest, I think this is the worst I've seen us play for a long time. Even given the first half against Brentford, I think we've been even worse. Even worse. 56% possession for Aston Villa, 8 attempts, 44% for Newcastle with 3 attempts. It's just not good enough. I mean, we've had a bit more of the ball in the sort of second part of the first half, but we've never threatened at all. Villa are the ones who, every time they get the ball, look like they can hurt us. McGinn goes hard in on Dan Burn, as you'd expect McGinn to. Was to throw into Newcastle United. Oh, brilliant turn by Bruno. Brilliant turn. Now, does he have an outlet? He does in Joe Linton. Joe Linton brings it forward. Probably going to be the last attack of this first half. Trippier goes long looking for Alexander Isak. It's over his head. And good defending again from Villa. And they just mop up again. And there's another free kick as McGinn throws himself to the floor. Dan Burn again. All over the place. I mean, I'm not sure it was a free kick, to be honest. But look, the referee's always going to give them free kicks in there, in that kind of area, to be honest. But listen, I mean, Abs is saying they're by far the worst half this season. Nobody gets any credit. I think Murphy gets a little bit of credit, Abs. I think he's done okay, but the rest of them have been absolutely, well, crap. Let's just say it. Let's just say it how it is. Now, there's a Villa player gone down there, holding his face. I'm not sure what is going on here. Buendia's gone down, clutching his face. I don't know why. He's clashed, I think, with Dan Burn. I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, Burn, I think, has just turned around to go for the ball. He's realised where Martinez is playing the ball, and he's clattered into Buendia. There's certainly no intent there, but Buendia, of course, is going to make the most of this. But Burns had a rough time of it. He's had a rough time of it, as has Kieran Trippier, to be honest. Both of them. Both fullbacks have been all over the shop. As the fourth official now having a chat with Dan Burn, who wants a drink. Emery now in discussion with his assistants. But listen, I'm pretty sure that the referee is going to blow for half-time as soon as player gets going again. It seems to be Buendia's cheekbone that he's getting attention on at the minute. Graham Jones is now having a chat with Eddie Howe. Things have got to change. AG says, I'm sick of Villa. They waste time and moan about us. Yeah, look, Villa are playing the game that we'd probably play if we were 1-0 up. I'm not going to hammer Villa for it. To be honest, Villa have been excellent in the first half. There's no denying that. They've dominated the game from the word go. Dan Burn wanting to have a chat with Buendia, but Buendia just shrugs him off. As play gets underway again with Sven Botman, rolls it into Bruno. Bruno back to Botman. Botman across to Fabian Schär. And gives it to Trippier now to come forward with the ball. Trippier goes long, looking for the run, but the referee says that's enough for this first half. Thank Christ for that. And the first half ends with Newcastle United 1-0 down in what I have to say was an absolute disgraceful first half of football from Newcastle. Our worst first half of football I have seen in a very, 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 very long time. Guys, thank you very much to all the new subscribers who've subscribed during the first half. Well on our way to 18,600 now. We're 22 away. So please, guys, if you are new to the channel, please keep those subscribes coming in. Free to do so. Come and be part of this incredible community that we have on the Toon Review. You won't regret it. We talk a lot of football on here, not just Newcastle, but it's a great banter channel as well. So come and be part of a wonderful, wonderful community. Alex will be here in a minute. At the minute, we have Billy Bob. Good afternoon, Billy. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, I think we've been second best in every department, haven't we? I mean, they won it more than us. They've been first to the ball at every occasion. They should be more than one up, but they should be 2 or 3 up in actual fact. Yeah, it's been pretty lackluster by us, and I think we've got a bit of imbalance in the side at the minute. I'm not sure the Anthony Gordon on the left works. I'm not sure having Joe Linton on the right hand side of midfield works. Yeah, I think a couple of changes need making at half time to try and get some balance into the side and maybe give us a bit better base to attack from.
Alex, what's your thoughts?
We're still in it. It's fine.
Well, lucky to still be in it.
Well, we're lucky we're only 1-0 down. I mean, this is what we talked about. This is what I think several of us predicted. Villa have got enough to score a goal. It's another week, another game yet again where we've started poorly. It's becoming a bit of a habit. We need to cut this out. But I think there will be tactical shifts, possibly personnel shifts going into the second half. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to change. It could be a few things because we've got Miggy on the bench as well. Not sure he's ready for 45, but again, that's not down to me. Yeah, we're all right. We're still in this. I can definitely see us scoring a couple. We will start to get a bit more of the ball and start creating a few more chances. We've just got to make sure we're clinical. I think we can definitely still win this 2-1, 3-1. I've got faith that we'll improve in the second half, but I think the referee was poor in the sort of the second stage of that.
Yeah, some of the Villa players,
they were just falling over, and he was giving everything. They're screaming for yellow cards. They're being a bit Man United-y in that way. It's a bit strange. The ref needs to be a bit more switched on and brave with decisions.
Yeah. Dare I say, Billy, that we're missing Longstaff?
100%. 100%.
He breaks the play up and gives Bruno the opportunity to move the ball around a bit more. You know, he gives Bruno that freedom that we're not seeing. And now, you know, Bruno with Longstaff not there, Bruno's having to do a lot of the dirty work, if you like, which takes a little bit away from his game.
I was surprised to see him not start. But perfectly honest, I thought a week's rest might have recharged his batteries. We don't have the same. As I said before, the balance is all wrong with Joe Linton on this right hand side of the centre three. Doesn't seem to work, and I think Anthony Gordon's been absolutely appalling on the left hand side. So we need to make a couple of changes just to get the balance right. Get that Joe Linton Willock left hand side thing going and get Longstaff in the middle.
The thing is, I mean, Anthony Gordon's not really a left winger, Alex, is he? I mean, he's just not. We know he's not.
It's not really working. I think Jacob Murphy was great for like 25 minutes, and then he was not great. A couple of poor defensive mistakes. You know, if those mistakes came from Maxi, the pitchforks would be out. He needs to wake up. He's not using Trippier properly. So I could see, personally, I would probably take Murphy off, move Gordon over to the right, and maybe make a slightly different change to, as Billy said, get Joe Linton back sort of more left side of the field.
The thing is, though, Alex, does Murphy deserve to come off? Because I don't think Murphy does deserve to come off. I think he's the only one that's put some decent balls into the box. He's took players on. You know, I mean, that one in the first half where he danced through two Villa players in our own half and broke out. I mean, he's done okay, Murphy. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for him.
Well, I mean, that was a great move. Specifically, that move, that was incredible because they were expecting him to go one way. And, you know, you can tell he's not the sort of 22-year-old Jacob Murphy we used to have anymore. He's got, you know, the reading of that situation with the movement of those two Villa players. They thought he was going to go that way. He didn't need to do magic feet. He just went the other way because he read it so well. But he looked absolutely knackered in the final 10 minutes of that first half. Fair enough. He did a lot of work. So he did so much work, but I don't think he was linking up with Trippier quite good enough.
Well, is that Murphy's fault though, Alex? Because Trippier's been awful first half. The two fullbacks have been dreadful.
He's had
for
three
Newcastle.
opportunities to play Trippier through, and the ball's either late or he doesn't choose it as an option. You know, he's not Maxi. Murphy is not a left-footed player. He's cutting in far too often and trying to take things on. When he's right-footed anyway. Just let Trippier have the ball in that position, and if the cross isn't on, rework it.
Yeah, but Alex, Trippier's not doing anything. Trippier's balls have been awful again. He's given the ball away numerous times. Moreno's had him on
that's irrelevant. You can't.
Well, Murphy's not playing. It's not Murphy's fault that Trippier's not playing well.
That's irrelevant. That doesn't mean you don't pass to him. It's still the game plan.
Yeah, but Trippier's not giving it. Trippier's kicked the ball out a couple of times, trying to get the ball to Murphy. Why is it Murphy's fault?
Because it's not Murphy's decision to then go, oh, Trippier's had a couple of bad crosses. I'm just not going to give him the ball anymore. That's not Murphy's decision.
I disagree with you.
Tactic.
Totally disagree.
That's not. How would you mean? What do you mean you disagree?
Well, a lot of people are disagreeing with you, Alex, because they're saying that Murphy doesn't deserve to come off.
You're saying Murphy. No. I'm not saying he deserves to come off. I'm saying it's not Murphy's decision to stop passing it to Trippier. It's the coaching.
He had delayed it. He had delayed the pass 2 or 3 times, and
it's not Murphy's choice. It's the manager's choice. He can't just decide, oh, I'm just not going to pass Trippier anymore. It's not his call. I'm not saying he deserves to come off. Don't spin the narrative. But it's not Murphy's choice how we play this game. It's the manager's choice. So Murphy needs to feed Trippier in. If Trippier's balls are crap, that's on Trippier. That's Trippier's fault, and the manager will deal with that accordingly. But Murphy can't just go, oh, I think this player's having an off day. I'm just not going to pass to him. That's not how that works. It's not his choice. He's not.
Well, that's how it works on the left-hand side of the woman, because clearly they're reluctant to give Dan Burn the ball. You can see it every time. Every time they turn, Botman, Bruno, Willock, they look up and they see Dan Burn, and they're very hesitant to give him the ball, even when Burn does do the odd overlap as well, which gives me, I mean, look, it needs a change. Where is the change going to come from? Is it formation? Do we need to change formation again, go back to what we did against West Ham, or will that open it up, against Brentford, or does that open it up anymore for Villa?
I mean, I agree about Burn, but he's not going to change Burn, is he?
Well, no, he's not. I mean,
it's too soon to make the formation change because Villa are still full of life, full of energy. We've been second best. We can't just say it's all down to us. They've been very good first half, Aston Villa.
They have. Yeah. First 20 minutes, they were excellent.
And you got to give them credit. And there have been some people that have gone missing. I thought Kieran Trippier was horrendous the first 15, 20 minutes. He was awful. But I thought he came to the game as the half went on. And I just think, as the half did go on, we look better at it. But we need to get the balance right. So Nick's been not in the game at all. We need to get him in it. And he comes in on the left-hand side. We need to get Sean Longstaff on, get a bit of energy in the middle of the park because there aren't winners there. And that's where the problem lies from.
Yeah.
But who comes off? That's the question.
Well, I was going to say, Alex, the thing is, Eddie Howe spoke about it in his press conference about the poor start and the poor first half against Brentford. And then we were saying on the preview show that we would expect Newcastle to start a lot better than what they have today. We expected them to come out and go at Aston Villa. What is it about this first half? What is it about these poor starts that we're having? Because it's not the first time. It's very strange.
I do think there's a few factors. I think it's unfortunate. I think Longstaff was poor in the first half against Brentford because it was his third game in a week and because he was tired.
Yeah.
I think I agree with what Billy said. I think he's had a week's rest and he probably, I can't remember, it might have been you that said that. And he's had a week's rest and he should probably play in midfield. And it's right. All of these people, when this lineup dropped today, so many people online were like, finally, Longstaff's dropped. This is the midfield we should have been doing all this time. And you can see it's not right. Like it's not. Balance of it is.
I mean, I was quite excited about the midfield today. I thought we would. I actually said before we started that I expected us to dominate that midfield with those three, but it just doesn't seem to work when Longstaff's not there.
I mean, this is why we always talk on transfer shows about if we bring in somebody better than Longstaff, he's like technically better. They've also got to be able to do his dirty work. You can't replace.
Absolutely, that. Yeah. Billy, can you take over and just run through some of the comments? I'm just taking a quick break, matey.
I certainly will. I mean, it seems to be like Jacob Murphy is definitely.
By the way, I still love you, Alex.
Mr. Spoon says here, Target must have shagged his missus or someone not to get on the pitch instead of Burn. That's a fair comment, isn't it? I mean, Dan Burn's offered us nothing today, has he? He's not even defensively good, is he?
No, I mean, Eddie Howe addressed this in his pre-match press conference about Matt Targett's unfortunate. The journalists asked some good questions this week, and Eddie Howe's just said, Targett's playing great. I'm sure he'll take his chance when he gets it. He will get a chance, but Dan Burn's doing. I mean, I don't agree that Dan Burn's doing very well. To be fair, I think Dan Burn has had one or two good games in the last 7 or 8. I think he's having good games 25% of the time. I don't think it's good enough. He is having the odd good game, but he's not consistently good enough. He'll drop a 5. He's dropping 5 and 6 performances, and then he'll drop a 7, and we say it's okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure he's the issue today, but he's lost the ball twice, which has kind of given Villa a lot more pressure, more of the ball, more chances. It's more for us to have to deal with. So if we just need to be a bit more careful with it. But Villa have been very, very aggressive, and we just need to be. I think it's one of the things that you always say as well. I think the loose balls have been going Villa's way every bloody time as well. We're just getting a little bit unlucky with that, which just adds to it. It's frustrating. But yeah,
it seems to be our two. There isn't a fan of Anthony Gordon. He's been picked specifically to go Ashley Young, hasn't he? They want to hit Ashley Young with pace, and yet Anthony Gordon's cutting his side every single time he's had it. Got himself offside in a ridiculous situation where he's looking across the whole of the back line, got himself offside.
I don't think he looked at the line. That was a problem. That's an age thing. He'll learn that. If you remember back in the day, Miggy used to be offside 5 times a game. I used to say he was born offside, Miggy, and now, but he doesn't do that as much anymore. I know we haven't seen Miggy in a little while, but he's not really been offside as much this season as he used to be. But Gordon he'll figure that out. It just takes time.
Imran says, why do we have so many midfield options and not much at the back and up front? Just something for next season. It's a fair point, I guess. I mean, the back four today have been, all of them at some stage, have been absolutely diabolical, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, the Pope and Botman thing. I'm not sure that's Botman's fault. I think Botman doesn't know. He's not got eyes in the back of his head. He doesn't know.
Well, Botman dealt with it. Botman dealt with it, didn't he? Why Pope did that, I don't know. But Botman has been a bit dodgy at other areas as well. And Cher has in times. The Murphy, when he got the ball from the corner and tried to take on players in our own penalty box, God, I was screaming at the TV.
Well, that's. I just thought to myself, if Maxi had done that, there'd have been, the witch hunt times 10. Which is why I think Murphy should come off. I think Murphy was really decent for 25, 30 minutes. I can't remember exactly when this started happening. And then the final sort of 15 minutes of the half, he made a few defensive errors, not using Trippier, cutting inside when he's not got a left foot. It just didn't make sense. Anything that Murphy tried to do in the final 15 minutes didn't really make sense. So he either needs to stop it, and he looked quite tired as well. But as Paul said, some of those early crosses were exceptional. We know he's got a good right foot, and he's clever. So
I would be tempted to swap the wings for 10 minutes. Maybe not even make a change. Swap the wings, see what happens. But we need to get
Murphy on the left doesn't sound great for me.
No,
I don't know about that.
I mean, Marino is their biggest threat to me down the left hand side. He really is. He's between him and Ramsey going at Trippier. It's not good.
I think a lot depends on Miggy's fitness. Is he on the bench as a token gesture, or is he actually fit enough to come on and make a difference? You would imagine with Eddie Howe that he is, although he did bring Joe Willock on in the final when he was definitely not fit. So he's got a history for bringing on people that aren't fit. I don't know. I think if Miggy's fit enough, you bring him on and say, go on, work your socks off for 45 minutes and help this right side. That could help change it a little bit, give it back to our inverted wingers. Although then what do you do with Gordon? Because he's not having a great time on the left either. So
no, true enough. Yano says Southgate in attendance. Alexei Evangelov, the head of British diving, should be there. It's embarrassing to watch. Fair point. That Villa are definitely exposing the dark arts of football, aren't they?
Yeah, it's. I really wish the referee and the fourth official, not the fourth official, the referee's assistant, the linesman, whatever we're calling him. You know, Isak even went up to him and went, "You know that's not a foul. You know that's not a foul." And they're just literally any remote. They get within an inch of them, they're just sort of falling over. And it's all in Aston Villa's favour, because the way they're playing is they're trying to play transitional football, and the way the referee is refereeing this game at the moment really favours Aston Villa's style, which is a shame. But we'll just have to put up with it. We can't change the referee, so we've just got to try and do better. It's our only option.
Indeed. We're about to start again, so I guess we're going to disappear and let Paul get on with the commentary and maybe get his mic on. I think his mic's off. Still off, Paul. We have kicked off, by the way. I'll just do the commentary while he gets his mic sorted. Fabian Schär has played a long ball.
Right, I'm back. Guys, we'll see you full time.
Okie dokie.
Cheers, guys. So we are back underway at Villa Park. Emery's just making his way back to the bench. And God, I hope we see a better performance in this second half. Holy hell. Do we need it? I'm not sure we've made any changes, to be honest. I think he's gone out with the same team. But boy, we need to see a very different team in this second half. That there is absolutely no doubt about. Dreadful first half. But we've got a fresh 45 now. It's an opportunity for the lads to, regroup and get going again. Long free kick from Trippier, looking for the nod on, and it's in the arms of Martinez. But the whistle's already gone. I think he's blew for an offside. Botman is looking very, very confused at that, but, well, it's a foul to push on Douglas Luiz, who I see it flew through the air a little bit easy for me. And I've seen a lot of comments on social media there at half-time about Villa players falling to the floor very easy and things like that. I have to agree, to be honest. I've seen some of them, the replays at half-time, and the Villa players seem to be falling to the floor very, very easy. But look, they're playing the game. They're playing the game, and we have to just get better. As Isak goes hunting down Martinez, but Martinez confidently just lets the ball roll into his hands. As we're looking again at Eddie Howe, what did he say to those players at half-time? It couldn't have been pleasant. I wouldn't have thought it would have been pleasant. But anyway, Villa breaking through the middle here with Ramsey again, who's causing us a lot of problems. It's a great run from Ramsey, and Joe Linton does very well to come back and defend. Schär gets it away as far as Willock. Willock turns. Burn cuts inside. Plays it into Bruno. Bruno then gets it back to Botman. Nice play by Newcastle to clear the danger. Botman then goes right-footed all the way up towards Joe Willock. Willock misses the ball completely, and Ashley Young just takes it in his stride and plays the ball back. Good play from Villa there. And they come back on the attack again with Buendia now, who had a very, very good first half all over the place for Villa. Dendoncker now, inside to Louise. Back to Dendoncker. He goes then back again. So Villa just knocking it around the back line at the moment. Martinez looks for support, gets it from Tyrone Mings. Mings then goes up to Ramsey. Good turn by Ramsey. He's been all over the pitch today, has the young kid. Long ball. That's a great ball into Ollie Watkins. This is danger. Watkins into the box now. He's got Botman ahead of him. Watkins comes across, and a great save from Nick Pope to his right. Again, saving with his legs. And again, Pope denies Aston Villa. He's made some great saves in this match. But again, Ollie Watkins manages to get space for a shot, and off the right shin of Nick Pope. We just haven't been able to live with Ollie Watkins so far today at all. And certainly the second half has started as the first half went on. But now Newcastle can break here. And they've got a 3-on-2. It's with Murphy at the moment. Isak ahead of him. Murphy drills it wide. A real opportunity there for Jacob Murphy. But he's drilled the shot wide. Way, way wide. He had Isak inside. Gordon coming on the left. I think Murphy's only option really was to shoot there. And you can see what he was going for, the far corner, but a couple of feet wide. But that was better. That was better. Murphy not amused at all with his finish, but hey, at least we get a shot away. Now Villa coming again down the right-hand side. Good play by Botman covering there for Dan Burn, who was nowhere near the ball. Here's Joe Linton now for Newcastle. Joe Linton turns. He's got Botman in support. Rolls it into Sven Botman. Villa at the moment, though, pressing us better than what we're pressing them. Long ball down by looking for Anthony Gordon. Then Donker's come across for Villa. Pressed by Gordon. Played away by Villa in the end. Well won back by Dan Burn. Willock now for Newcastle. He's lost the ball again. And then Dan Burn just punched the ball out of play for a goal kick. What was that? What on earth was that? As the cameras pan on Miggy Almiron warming up there. Of course, as Alex said at half-time there, I didn't think that Miggy had a 45 minutes in him, which he clearly doesn't. Ashley Young is struggling for Villa. He's took a knock somewhere. Those 50-year-old legs of his starting to wane a little bit, maybe. But nothing in the first 5 minutes of this half has said to me that we're getting back in this game. Good pressing by Joe Willock to get the ball off Ashley Young there. But again, you know, we're looking for that quick start to the second half. We're looking to get into it and give us some hope. We haven't seen anything so far. Villa again with the ball. Buendia lays it to Louise now. Douglas Louise into the centre circle. Lots of space ahead of him. Louise going down the left-hand side. Gets support. Was that offside? No, says the referee. Ramsey can't keep the ball in play, however. In fact, it's Moreno on the left-hand side. Throws the ball away, claiming he was fouled. There's never a foul in there in a million years. As we're looking at Emery now getting very, very excited on the touchline there. Keeping his players into the game, not letting them take the foot off the gas at all. Sven Botman for Newcastle United. Rolls it across to Dan Burn. Burn up the line for Anthony Gordon now. Gordon cuts back in on his right foot. He's got Kieran Trippier and acres of space on the right-hand side, but lays it into Fabian Schär. Schär brings it forward for Newcastle United, looking for that outlet ball. Trippier then does play the outlet ball to Murphy. Murphy's got away down the right-hand side. Can he get a good cross in? No, he can't. Mings heads it away. It comes out to Joe Linton. Joe Linton immediately goes wide to Trippier. Back to Murphy again. Murphy plays it down for Isak. Isak turns, rolls it into Trippier. Trippier's ball across, volleyed away by Tyrone Mings. Mings battling with Buendia with Douglas Luiz, and the free kick is given to Villa. I'm not sure how that is a free kick to Villa, to be honest. Both players was grappling for the ball. But a couple of good clearances there from Tyrone Mings, which were needed because there was a couple of good balls in. I'm not sure where the hell. I mean, how is that a free kick to Villa? Both players are grabbing each other there. But Villa get the better of the doubt. I really don't look. I really don't think Anthony Gordon should be on the left. He's not a left winger. And again, it's the you know, I don't know. Watkins beats Share in the beats Fabian Share in the air again, which he's done a few times today. Trippier forward. It's too much on that, and Willock's never going to get to that in a million years. Throw into Villa, just inside their own half. Well, Miggy's took his top off, so I think Eddie Howe's had enough. He hasn't seen the spark that he was hoping for at the start of this second half, and Miggy Almiron is going to come on. For who is the question? You know, will it be for Murphy? Maybe swap, maybe put Almiron on the left, on his left foot. But I have a feeling it's going to be for Murphy. Anyway, here come Villa again. Buendia. He's got an outlet in Ashley Young. Ashley Young down the right, whips it across. It's hit Kieran Trippier, and it's going to drop behind for a Villa corner. It hit Trippier's thigh and just flew away for a corner. And again, you know, I mean, Ashley Young's done well with that right foot. You know, he cleared it. Trippier was in two minds what to do with it there, I think, and it just sort of hit him and rebounds out for a corner. Callum Wilson's also coming on for Newcastle. So I think, you know, Eddie said, go show me in the first 5 minutes that you guys can get us back into the game. And it hasn't happened. Here's Douglas Luiz, clips it across, edge of the box. It's a brilliant ball. Shot comes in, blocked by Dan Burn. Cleared away from Newcastle. They try and break quickly, but they can't get out. Luiz for Villa. Villa, it's going to be another corner. Deflected off Joe Willock this time. And again, we're under the cosh. There's just nothing happening here at all. And obviously, they're not going to make the substitutions when we're waiting for a corner to be taken against us, which, again, a lot of grappling in the penalty box. It's McGinn this time on his left foot. Swings it in. It's an in-swinger. Pope got nowhere near, but I think he's given the free kick. Nick Pope went flying for it, but he didn't get anywhere near the ball. I presume he was pushed. Yeah, he was. He was nudged by the Villa player there. But dear, oh dear, it's been awful. Eddie Howe is bringing Murphy off, and Anthony Gordon is off as well. So the two wingers are off. Gordon doesn't show any petulance coming off this time. So Anthony Gordon's off. Callum Wilson is on. So now, does that mean that we're going 4-4-2? It looks like we're going a similar sort of way that we did at Brentford in the second half last week. So we will soon see. But we've got a corner deep inside Villa's half here. Ball comes in. Oh, Martinez makes a great save. Oh, Wilson was inches away from getting on the end of that. And I actually think that was our best opportunity of the game by a long way. My goodness me, Wilson was inches away. Brilliant ball in from Isak. And Wilson just couldn't get on the end of it, but Martinez still had to get the ball away. And probably our best moment of the match, that by a long shot. By a long shot. Martinez clears it away for Villa. Burn wins it back. But again, Villa get a free kick. Dan Burn straight in the referee's ear. I mean, how is that a free kick to Villa? McGinn is pulling. I mean, I'm starting to get a bit frustrated now with the free kicks that have been given to Villa all the time. It's becoming a bit of a pain in the arse. Anyway, Concert takes the ball for the free kick, and Ollie Watkins has found acres of space in the penalty area. I'm not sure what happened there. Botman gets it away for a corner. Nobody picked up Ollie Watkins there for the free kick. It's going to be McGinn again to take the corner for Aston Villa. 57 minutes gone. Still the Birmingham side are in the lead. through that goal for Ramsey in the first half. In comes the corner. Again, right in under Nick Pope. And this time the goalkeeper gathers the ball and gets on with it very quickly, rolling the ball out to Alexander Isak, who tried to use that pace, but eventually he was just caught there. And the ball is now back with Martinez. Wilson closing him down very, very quickly. Played out to the Villa's right-hand side, but we win the ball back. Good battling for the ball by Newcastle. But again, the referee blows his whistle for a foul. Give over, man, will you? Joe Linton now for Newcastle. Loses the ball. Villa win it back through Douglas Luiz. Luiz turns, brings it into the Newcastle half, looking for some support, gets it from Ashley Young. Young will look inside to Dendoncker. Dendoncker goes to the right now. Luiz plays it inside. That's not a great bit of play by Luiz. Wilson caught very late there. The referee has allowed play to go on. Down the left-hand side now is Joe Willock. Willock's got Byrne inside. Willock does get the ball across. It's bouncing around. Joe Linton comes onto it. Isak picks the ball. Isak! What a save by Martinez! Wow. I mean, Isak from the edge of the box looking to curl it into the left-hand corner. And a brilliant save again by Martinez. Villa all thought they were going to Joe Linton. It was just too close to the goalkeeper. A little bit wider. Oh, well, now, was that handball by Ramsey? Interesting. It's not going to be given, of course. But he just couldn't get the width on it. It's still a great save. Absolutely great save by Martinez. And he revs the crowd up behind the goal. Kieran Trippier, once again, is going to take the corner for Newcastle United. What can he do with this one? Lots of grappling in the area. There's the corner. Right into the middle. That was a much better corner. Comes out to Bruno. Bruno, a sensible ball over Trippier in a lot of space. And it's into the side netting. It's Miggy, sorry. And could Miggy have done a little bit better there? This is better, though, from Newcastle. Without a shadow of a doubt. Lovely ball by Bruno. Miggy takes it on his chest. Hits it left-footed into the side netting. Possibly could have done better. But that is much better from Newcastle United. Much better. And that's what we need to do. We need to start pressing Villa as much as we can. Long ball by Martinez up the field again. Joe Linton is underneath that one. Should have probably left that for Kieran Trippier as Villa come back at us again. Watkins is in! And it's 2-0 to Aston Villa. Nick Pope gets his hand on it. But again, they spring away from us, and it's 2-0. I mean, Nick Pope, he almost got it, to be honest with him. He almost got the ball, but nah. I mean, it's just a simple long ball by Martinez. Joe Linton's header is well, terrible, to be honest. Brought forward, lovely. Now, is he offside? I think he's offside, guys. I think we'll get away with this one. I think he's an inch or two offside. VAR are having a look at it. This is a close one. To me, he's offside. I mean, this is as close as it gets, guys. We're looking at Fabian Schär's arm to Ollie Watkins' knee, I guess. Now, for me, that looks offside. It does look offside. It was a brilliant run by Ollie Watkins, to be honest. I mean, we're talking millimeters here. But still, we don't see any lines across the screen. It is offside, and the goal will not count. Ollie Watkins disagrees with the decision, but it is what it is. It's offside. We got away with that one, guys. We got away with that one well and truly. Whoo! That could have been game over. But again, Watkins playing on the shoulder of Schär there. And it's so dangerous, man. But we're just not at it today. We're just not at it. Joe Linton now for Newcastle. Hanging on with it on the left-hand side. Plays it inside to Joe Willock. That was better. Willock now brings it forward for Newcastle United. Willock going for that touchline. Still Joe Willock. Cuts it inside to Dan Burn. He did very well there, but Burn's touch was just awful. And Villa clear the ball. Botman gets ahead to it, but there's no Newcastle player there. And it's a 4-on-3 for Villa. This is a huge opportunity for Aston Villa. McGinn, and he tries to curl it in the top corner, and it's just wide of the post. But where on earth were our players there? Good Lord. I mean, that's just Jesus Christ. James says that is very harsh on Villa. Well, it is harsh, but it's offside. He was clean. You know, I called it when I saw it. As soon as I saw that replay there, he was offside. Now Isak for Newcastle in a bit of space. Tries to play it through for Wilson, but Konsa has got it for Villa. And then he clips the ball over for Ollie Watkins. Is that offside? Players going on. Nick Pope clears the ball into the stands. No flag from the linesman, so it wasn't offside. It's a pretty poor clearance up by Nick Pope. He had plenty of time to do something with that. But instead, he just kicks it out of play. Dendonka for Villa. George, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. He says, good old VAR. But Villa are coming again here. And it's McGinn. He's got an overlap. McGinn, he cuts back. McGinn, he's took too long there, but gets it out to Moreno. Drills it across. Watkins. Oh, 2-0. Oh, that is far too easy for Villa. That is far too easy. Unbelievable, man. That is terrible defending. And this is absolutely rotten to the core. This is shocking. No doubt of offside there. That's 2-0. I mean, this is gone, guys. I can't see us getting back in this now. I mean, where is the marking here? It's dreadful from Newcastle. I mean, McGinn is allowed so much time on the ball, but Dan Burn is on Ollie Watkins here. Watkins, I mean, what is Dan Burn doing? Oh, that's terrible defending. That is just absolutely terrible defending. And for a team that's got the best defensive record in the league, that is just rank bad Sunday League defending. Right now, I really feel like letting the lion piss in my eyes. Honestly, this is just terrible. I'll tell you what, Gareth Southgate's got to be impressed with what he's seen from Ollie Watkins today. He's got to be impressed. Trippier now for Newcastle United. Into Bruno. Bruno gives it to Joe Linton. Joe Linton in turn to Botman. Botman out to Dan Burn on the left. Burn back to Sven Botman. Looking for an outlet. Joe Linton now for Newcastle, who hasn't played too well today, to be honest. Now Bruno. Again, looking for that killer pass, floats it out to the right-hand side where Miggy awaits. Miggy takes it down, cuts in on his left foot now. He's got Trippier to his right, gives it. That's nice from Newcastle United. Isak now, down the right channel. Isak trying to cut inside of Mings, but Mings wins the ball back. Isak then wins it back off him. Villa pending a little bit here. Bruno, Trippier. Nice bit of play there. Miggy gives it back to Bruno. Bruno then looks for some freedom. Oh, tries to do a spin, but didn't work at all. But Joe Linton's there to win the ball back. Bit of pressure here from Newcastle. Miggy into Trippier. Trippier onto Bruno. Much better from Newcastle. And I'm not sure where Bruno was trying to play that ball, but it didn't work. And Villa try and get the ball away, but Joe Linton has it back for Newcastle. Then rolls it out to Miggy on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side. Almiron now on his left. Joe Linton. Plays a little 1-2 with Bruno. Bruno goes down. Referee says play on. We've got two Newcastle players down right now. Villa hemmed in here with Buendia. Buendia, very close to the touchline, wins the throw in for Aston Villa. And Consa's down for Villa now, so they're going to waste as much time as they possibly can. As we're just seeing the lines drawn, I mean, that is literally millimetres between on and offside. Nick Pope got a hand to it, to be honest, but it sort of hit his hand and went under him. And did you see the young Newcastle United fan cheering? But then literally 1 minute later, Villa come back. McGinn, Watkins lays it off. McGinn, I don't know why or where our defensive... Oh, it's awful. Moreno just plays it across. One touch from Watkins, turns and slams it home. It's a brilliant finish. And, well, Villa have outdone us in every single part of the pitch today. There's no doubt about it. The substitutes haven't really inspired, but Byrne and Willock have now gone off for Newcastle United and have been replaced by Targett and Longstaff. So Matt Targett gets to play against his old side, and he's got a good 20-odd minutes on the field now. Many people will be able to say, thank God, Byrne's off. It's a big opportunity, this, for Matt Targett to stake a claim. A proper left-back in a left-back position. Sean Longstaff has come on, obviously, for Joe Willock. We'll see if that makes any sort of difference. Here's Longstaff for Newcastle into Miggy. Longstaff goes on the overlap. Miggy now down the line on his left foot. Good play by Almiron. But it's a terrible pass. And we're nowhere near that. DK35, thank you for your $4.99 super chat. He says, bring Targett on now. Give him some game time and start playing him regularly. I think he does need a run-in. I really do. Anyway, here come Villa again with Buendia. Out to Dendoncker now. Into Buendia. Lays it off again for Dendoncker. Villa, of course, don't have to rush this. They could just knock it around and play it how they want at the moment. And they've got every right to do that. Please do keep hitting that like button, guys. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. It is free to do so. We are chasing down 19,000 now, guys. So with your help, we'll get there sooner rather than later. It ain't been a great day for Newcastle United at the moment, but help us make it a great day for the channel and keep hitting that subscribe button, guys. And, of course, if you want to donate, like DK just has, just hit that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. It really does help the channel. Thank you so much. As Villa come down the left again now, Moreno, who's caused all sorts of problems for Trippier, and Fabian Schär can only play it behind for a corner. I just want the full-time whistle now. I just want the full-time whistle. There's 20 minutes of this shit still to go. I mean, to be honest, we've got to be better than this. We need to regroup. I don't know what's going on here, but we haven't played anywhere near as well as we can as a team today. We've been all over the shop. I mean, don't get us wrong, there's still time to get back in this game. But you really wouldn't expect it the way things have gone in the first 70 minutes. It's just all been wrong from the off this game of football today. Villa take it short. Ashley Young on the edge of the box. Curls it in. Pope punches it away. Longstaff went down, claiming he was fouled. Nothing from the referee yet again. And it comes all the way out to Ramsey now. Ramsey then just knocks it back to Ashley Young. He goes wide looking for Buendia on the left. It's a great ball, actually. Buendia takes it down nicely on his chest, rolls it back to McGinn. McGinn clips it inside. It's a great ball. Flicked on, cleared away by Botman. Villa again pressing for a third. Ramsey on the edge of the box now. Plays it to Watkins. Watkins, he's got two Newcastle players to deal with, the early Watkins. And he wins nothing. It's a goal kick. Watkins is disappointed in that. But he's causing us all sorts of problems today, guys. Literally all sorts of problems. Pope takes a quick goal kick. And again, we get on with it now with Fabian Schär. Schär across to his defensive partner, Sven Botman. Look to give it a target, changes his mind, decides to hang on to the ball for a bit. No outlet at the moment for Botman, but he goes to the right to Kieran Trippier. Trippier now looks forward straight away. Nothing there. Back to Fabian Schär. Into Botman. Kieran, thank you very much, Kieran Baines, for your $4.99. This is how much my dad likes your commentary, Paul. He's turned the telly volume down and connected his phone to the sound bar as he watches the game. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. As a little bit of an argument going on between Ashley Young and Alexander Isak here. Yeah, I mean, that's a terrible foul by Ashley Young. Just takes the legs away of Alexander Isak. Then Bruno's fouled by Buendia. How isn't that a yellow card to Ashley Young? That is a terrible tackle, but the free kick is awful. It's gone straight to Moreno, and Villa get the ball back. But that's a poor touch. Wilson just couldn't get round Tyrone Mings, and it's back with Martinez. Wow, that was an opportunity there. But another opportunity that disappears into the sunset, I'm afraid, guys. I'm going to throw into Newcastle now. Longstaff turns, looks to bring it forward again. Looks for an outlet, doesn't get one, but gets it to Fabian Schär, across to Sven Botman. Botman now trying to bring it forward. Joe Linton for Newcastle. Plays it out to Matty Target. Target now goes back to Sven Botman. Botman all the way across again to Fabian Schär. Villa at the moment just keeping a disciplined line, not letting Newcastle through. Now, a long ball by Trippier looking for Miggy is out of play. Oh, it's just sailing away this game. It really is. Ian Skinner says we deserve nothing today. I have to agree. We've never been at it since the word go, to be honest. A couple of little sniffs, but nothing. Villa have outplayed us today, and I'm not going to sit here and bullshit anybody. Villa have outplayed us. There is no doubt about that. Fabian Schär's header forward. Now, Joe Linton turns. Nice turn by him. Plays it away. Wilson looked to be offside there, so he gave up the run and let Mings get the ball. Cleared away by Martinez. Joe Linton's touch is a terrible one, and Villa back on the attack again. Lovely little touch by Buendia. McGinn to Dendoncker. And Villa just played all the way back to Ashley Young. They're in no hurry to do anything stupid, Aston Villa. But quite frankly now, I would love to just get the hell out of Villa Park and concentrate on next week's game now, because this is just, well, it's shit, isn't it? It really is. Villa have the ball, clipped over the top. Lovely ball to McGinn. McGinn in acres of space, and he can find a run by Buendia down the line. Buendia has Wilson for company. Cuts back inside. Luis plays a beautiful ball out to the left-hand side to Moreno. Moreno now does a little hop, skip, and jump, and then kicks it straight to Nick Pope on his right foot. Well, I don't know what else to say, guys. I mean, this is just one of those games, I'm afraid. It's one of those games that we just need to see the back of. It ain't gone well. It ain't gone well. We just need to get out of Villa Park and go home at the minute. I mean, yes, there is time to get back in this game. That there is no doubt about. However, I mean, can we really see that happening, guys, at the minute? Because I certainly can't. Here's Joe Linton for Newcastle United. Inside to Bruno. Bruno's got a good run of Trippier going down the right-hand side. Trippier now and a lot of space. What can he do with it? It's a good ball back to Miggy, and it's blocked again. Miggy hit a right foot shot, and it's blocked. Had that got through, we may well have had a chance to get a goal back there, but unfortunately not. Great run by Trippier, brilliantly found by Bruno, but the shot on Miggy's right foot wasn't great. Fabian Schär now for Newcastle United. Again, out to Trippier. Inside to Bruno. Bruno to Miggy. To Trippier. Back to Fabian Schär. Midway through the Villa half here. Rolls it across to Sven Botman. Botman's got Target. Matty Target now for Newcastle United. Can he put a cross in? We seem reluctant to put a cross in. It goes to Joe Linton. Joe Linton spins. Hangs onto the ball. Gives it wide to Alexander Isak. Isak now wants to have a run at Ashley Young. He cuts inside on his right foot. And is then forced back again to Botman. Botman plays it then to the left to Joe Linton. Joe Linton then goes down the left further to Matt Target. Target pulls it back looking for Isak, but Villa intercept. And Ashley Young will clear the ball for Aston Villa. Only as far as Sven Botman. Botman turns. Lays it inside to Longstaff. Inside to Bruno. Bruno again has Trippier to the right. But Bruno stumbles on the ball and loses it. But we win it back. It's good pressing by Newcastle United. Buendia wins it back for Villa. Dendoncker out to the left to Moreno. Again, Villa now sprouting forward. And it goes to the left to McGinn. McGinn all the way back now to Tyrone Mings. Inside to Dendoncker. And of course, the longer Villa hang on to the ball, then we tire ourselves out ball chasing, which we don't want to do. Nice bit of play there by Villa. And that's a foul on Buendia. And again, Buendia stays down, as you'd expect. I mean, frustrations are there. There's massive frustrations. We're just looking at the replay now of that chance for Miggy. Great ball by Bruno. Good ball in by Trippier. Miggy takes it on his left, shoots with his right, but Tyrone Mings threw himself in front of the ball there and probably saved the goal. It looked like it was goal bound from Miggy. But unfortunately, as I say, Tyrone Mings throwing himself at the ball. Elliot Anderson is coming on. He's having a chat with Jason Tyndall now. Let's see what Elliot can do in the remainder of this game. To be honest, I don't hold out much hope at the moment because the team itself is not performing. But here's Joe Linton anyway. We've seen a bit more of the ball in the last 5 or 6 minutes, Newcastle. Joe Linton taken out, but he got the ball to Isak. Inside to Bruno now. Bruno turns, uses Trippier. Trippier's got Miggy in support. Nice play by those two. Bruno now. That's nice from Newcastle. Bruno wanted a runner, didn't get it. Bruno then chips the ball. Has he gone for goal there? He saw Martinez off his line. I mean, I wouldn't have put it past Bruno to try and score from there, but Martinez catches it on the goal line and the attack fizzles out. Just seen someone comment there saying we can't win every week. Yeah, I know. It's one of those. It's one of those that you hope that we'll respond to. You know, one of those performances that we need to regroup. Maybe it's a bit of a kick up the arse and say, look, nothing is easy in this Premier League at all. You have to be at your maximum every game. And clearly we haven't been that today at all in the slightest. As Villa play some nice football to get a break on down the left-hand side. Again, this is Ramsey on the ball now. He's got Moreno outside and Moreno looking inside again. Flicks it over for Ramsey. But Cher comes across to head it away, and it's a throw into Aston Villa deep in the Newcastle United half. And it looks like we are going to make the change now, and it's Joe Linton who is exiting, and Elliot Anderson will replace Big Joe, who hasn't really had the best of games today. Well, who has, to be honest? Who has? Over 1,500 watching again, guys. Thank you so much. Please do keep hitting that like button for us. And of course, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, please do hit that subscribe button. Free to do so. Help us towards 19,000, guys. We really could do with your help. Let's see how many we can get by the end of the stream. Thank you so much for all your support. I really do mean that. And of course, you can still donate to the channel if you wish by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. It really does help the channel. So thank you in advance again for that, guys. Anyway, Longstaff on the ball in the centre circle for Newcastle. Plays it out to the left. Target goes straight down to Alexander Isak on the left-hand side. Cuts inside one, cuts inside two, and is then tripped over. Free kick to Newcastle United. I think Buendia's got a nerve, really, complaining that he's given a free kick away the amount of times he's flung himself to the floor this afternoon. As Trippier comes across with Matt Target. And he's leaving the ball for Matt Target. So Target's going to take this free kick. Villa fans look like they're in full voice at the whole end. And here comes the free kick from Target. It's a good one. And it's a header and not a great one from Fabian Cher. Well, he's offside anyway. So it wouldn't have counted. So what the hell? He's miles offside, to be honest. Two of them. Two of them are miles offside. Got good purchase on the header, but wide of the net. I'm pretty sure the linesman had his flag up and the referee's making him take a goal kick. I mean, to be honest, does it really matter? 5 yards, it's in the penalty area, just get on with it. Christ on a bike. Martinez still moaning on the linesman. Just take the goal kick, man, you funny. He takes a short one to Concert. And now into Dendoncker, who goes back to Martinez. Wilson closes him down very quickly, but Martinez finds Ashley Young on the right. Ashley Young takes a tumble and gets a free kick. Unbelievable, man. I mean, I'm looking at it now. There's an arm on. I mean, come on. That is not a free kick, man. Throwing themselves to the floor, left, right, and centre. I mean, why? You don't have to do that. I mean, the Villa players are spoiling a good display by diving around like that. It's pathetic, man. Just get on with it. Game, you're 2-0 up. You're playing well. There's no need to hoy yourself to the floor like that and make an arse of yourself. Jesus Christ. Long ball again from Villa, which Botman is underneath. Won back by Dendoncker. Played over the top. Botman heads it away. Nick Pope was coming out. Longstaff heads it towards the byline. I'm not sure what the hell or why he headed away there, but never mind. And the ball is with Isak now. Just lays it to Ashley Young to take the throw in for Villa. 8 minutes to go of normal time. And we have never looked like getting back in this game, to be honest. Villa, for me, are definitely a team on the up. I've been very impressed with the way they've played today. Not impressed by the way they've been throwing themselves to the floor all the time, but McGinn's got away here. This is a chance for another one. And it's 3-0. And it's Ollie Watkins again. And we have been spanked. Absolutely spanked this afternoon. That there is absolutely no doubt about. Villa have played some brilliant stuff. And, well, I mean, it came to Ollie Watkins there. And there was only one man who was going to... I mean, it went under Nick Pope's legs by the looks of it. I think it went through his legs. But Villa have got a third. Of all the men to fall to, it would fall to the man who just knows where the back of the net is at the minute, Ollie Watkins. And it's 3-0. I mean, again, we give the ball away in a stupid area. We have a chance. Elliot Anderson tries to play a nutmeg. It doesn't work. McGinn gets away. It's played across the box by Buendia, and it's just a first-time finish by Ollie Watkins. It's terrible defending again. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And Nick Pope, to be fair, I don't think he saw it till late. There was a defender standing in front of him. So when Watkins hit that first time, Trippier's standing right in front of the goalkeeper. So he can't see the ball. And then by the time the ball gets near him, it's past him. And you saw the expression on his face. As soon as he saw the ball, he knew it was going past him. And it's 3-0 to Aston Villa. End this game, please. End it now. We've been royal and truly spanked. But I have to say, I've been very impressed with Ollie Watkins today. His movement, his goals, the way he's held up the ball. He's been dominating the front line. Ramsey's come off. Callum Chambers has come on for Villa. There's no way back for Newcastle. There is no way back now. It is 3-0. We are done and dusted. Get out of Birmingham and regroup, because boy, do we need to regroup. We have never looked at the races today. But I tell you what, Villa are an up-and-coming side, and they are making a push for Europe themselves. And I tell you what, keep playing like this, they will get Europe. They have been very good today, better than I thought. I didn't give them very, very much credit before the game, but I'm eating me words now. Villa are a very good side. Emery's got them playing some great stuff. And, yeah, we've been beaten by well and truly the better side today. That there is no doubt. Newcastle fans are still in full voice, as you'd expect. They never stop singing, the Newcastle fans. But, yeah, it ain't been good enough. And I see we've got some Man United fans trolling us in the chat. Well, you've never lost a game of football before, have you? Eh? Honestly. And if there's no rivalry, as Man United fans claim, why are you in the Newcastle United chat? Go and get a life. I'm pretty sure Villa spanked you as well, to be honest, but there you go. Lots of celebrations around the stands of Villa Park, as you would expect. But we have to regroup now. We've got Spurs next. It's a huge game at St James's Park. It's a massive game, actually, at St James's Park now, given this result today. So we really have to regroup and go and get back at it when we take on Spurs, because this kind of performance is unacceptable. It is simply unacceptable. We're playing for the Champions League, and we've been absolutely terrible today. And now Bruno giving offside, and he was fouled there by the, and the linesman didn't even flag a foul. I mean, Bruno absolutely disgusted, but hey, there's no point getting upset, Bruno, mate. The game's gone. The game's gone. I mean, how that isn't a foul, I do not know. But there you go. I'm not. It's pointless even kicking off now, is it? About fouls and stuff like that. The game's gone. We've got about 3 minutes left of normal time. And I hope there's not a lot of injury time, because I just want this fucking game to end. It's been absolutely dreadful from the first minute. I mean, we all saw from the first minute when, Ollie Watkins hit the post. We knew. You just got a bad feeling about it. 12-man Toon, thank you for your $4.99 super chat. He says, Nick Pope needs to stop being... see what that said there. Nick Pope needs to stop being a Spartan warrior and charging out of the box. Gives me a friggin' aneurysm whenever he does it. He's done it most of the time very well this season, though. He's swept up quite well. But when it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. It's just a sad state of affairs, unfortunately. Anyway, we've got a free kick now, level with the on the left-hand side, near the touchline. Chance for Trippier to whip this one in, maybe get a consolation goal. But you have to say what a wonderful job Emery's done at Villa, because when we played them earlier in the season, they were ranked bad. But what a turnaround they've had. Trippier's ball in towards the back post. It's headed back across. It's bouncing around. Callum Wilson trying to get there. The ball again bouncing around in the area, headed away. Newcastle players go sprawling for the ball. But again, Villa get out of the trouble. Mings will knock this one right up the field away. It comes to Kieran Trippier now. Trippier on the halfway line. Plays it to Bruno, who gives it back to Trippier. Trippier then fires one in towards the box, and it's all the way through to Martinez. The ball, to be honest, the balls into the box haven't really done very well. Whenever we've had an opportunity to cross, it hasn't been good enough. As we're looking at Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall, they've got a big, big, big week coming up, getting this team put right after this performance. Foxy says, congrats to Villa. They've taught us a serious footballing lesson. Move on and prepare for Spurs next week. I couldn't agree more, Foxy. They've been better in every part of the pitch today, and have wanted it more, which I never thought I'd say about an Eddie Howe side. But you saw from the first minute, you saw it. We were never at the races in this game. We've never looked dangerous. Ollie Watkins going after Fabian Schär and leans into him, and it's a free kick to Newcastle, which we get on with quickly. Final few seconds running down now of the 90 minutes. Isak has the ball now. Isak plays it over the top for Callum Wilson, but it's Martinez on the end of his box, just grabs the ball and collapses to the floor. The 90 are up. We've got 4 minutes of injury time, guys. 4 minutes. And if you're a Newcastle fan, that is 4 minutes too long. Martinez thumps the ball up the pitch, but Trippier's underneath that one. Nods it down to Bruno. Bruno and Douglas Luiz going at it. Douglas Luiz knocked off the ball by Bruno. And a throw into Newcastle United. And Villa are going to make a substitution, and it's Ollie Watkins to come off. And of course, gets an absolute huge applause from the Villa fans, and deservedly so. Fabulous performance today from Ollie Watkins. And to be honest, as a Newcastle fan, it pains me to say that, but he's had a fantastic game. Duran has come on for him, number 22. He'll get at least 3 minutes on the pitch. Ball with Matt Targett at the moment. Just bringing it over the halfway line for Newcastle. Rolls it out to Isak. Isak goes then back to Sven Botman. Botman, in turn, across to Fabian Schär. None of the changes have worked for Newcastle United. None of the tactical changes, substitutions. It's just been dead in the water today. And look, it's going to happen sometimes. I just hope we don't get the normal idiot responses from certain fans saying, oh, Eddie Howe this and Eddie Howe that. We should have had Emery and, bollocks to his. It's just a bad performance, a bad day at the office. We go again next week. It just simply hasn't been good enough today. As the ball is played over the top and Nick Pope is out like a flash, clears it away. Headed on by Ashley Young. DK35, thank you for your $4.99 super chat. He says, a lot of the chat is saying wrong lineup. I would not be playing Burn at left back anymore, but what else could Eddie Howe have done? Well, it was a surprise leaving Longstaff out, wasn't it? I think that was the big surprise. And clearly, look, the lot of them weren't at it today. All of them. The whole team has not been at the races, and we've took a thumping. Now it's all about how we, recover from that thumping. As I think Duran is getting a yellow card here. Longstaff not very happy. But the substitute picks a yellow card up. He's been on the pitch for 4 minutes, literally 30 seconds. It's an awful tackle, to be honest, and Longstaff swipes his legs away. But, we can talk about it in the review tomorrow night. Don't forget, 8 o'clock tomorrow night is the review, everybody. So do join us for that. I don't think the player ratings are going to be anything special at all, given this team performance today. But look, again, it's how we respond from this hammering. I mean, it literally has been a hammering today. We've really, really took a knock. But, hopefully this will be a kick up the arse. Every now and again, as a team, you just need that kick up the arse to get you going again. But listen, Champions League at stake here. That should be enough to get you going. But it's been a flat performance all game, flat as a fart. We've had nothing today. There's been nothing to get excited about at all, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. I mean, we haven't taken a spanking like this for a while, guys. It's fair to say. So we'll take it. We'll move on, and well played to Villa, I suppose. We're in the last minute of injury time now. Bruno and Longstaff. Again, Longstaff cutting out the play. Plays a lovely ball over the top for Callum Wilson. He's now got Tyrone Mings to contend with. He's got Miggy making a run. Wilson turns to look for some backup. He loses the ball, though. And as it's been all game, as Wilson is thrown to the floor by Tyrone Mings, and the referee blows his full-time whistle. It is finished at the Villa Park Stadium, and it is finished, well, dreadfully for Newcastle United. Aston Villa 3, Newcastle United 0. Just ranked bad from the word go. And Emery getting a standing ovation as he heads back to the dressing room. And as he well might. Well played indeed. Well played indeed. They were the better side from the word go. We were just awful from the word go. And there's nothing much more I can say about that. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Nothing to take from that game at all. But we got 18,614 subscribers now, guys. So thank you so much for everybody that has subscribed so far during the stream. Well on our way to the 19,000 mark, very, very quickly from 18 up to 19. So thank you very much to each and every one of you that has subscribed, and welcome to the channel. I'm disappointed that you've had a subscriber during a game that has been so bloody poor. John, that is the most ridiculous comment I've ever seen. Get rid of Eddie Howe and bring in Brendan Rodgers. What play? We're in a Champions League spot, man. What do we want to bring in Brendan Rodgers for Christ's sake? What's a tool bag? Billy, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Well, it's not a good afternoon, is it? It's absolutely ranked bad.
Yeah, horrific, really. From 1 minute to 90 minutes, we were absolutely dog shit. Totally out-battled by a superior side on the day. Out-managed, outplayed, out-fought, out-coached, everything.
Edward Gorn, thanks for your 200 yen again. Tough listening, but thanks as always, Paul. You're welcome. Thank you very much for your support again. I mean, none of the changes worked, Billy. He left it as was for the second half, and 5 minutes into the second half, he'd seen enough. He didn't get that inspiration from the team that he maybe thought he would after his halftime team talk. The substitutes, we had that one chance, didn't we, when just after the substitutions, when Isak floated a beautiful ball in. Wilson was an inch away from getting on the end of it, but that was it, really. There wasn't anything else to say that we were going to get anything out of that game.
Yeah, I thought he got his substitutions arse about face. I thought he needed to establish some balance first. He didn't do that. He went in panic mode straight away. I just thought that Aston Villa, all over the pitch, from goalkeeper to centre forward, were just better than us today, and you've got to give him credit for that. And yeah, Molly Watkins was fantastic today. You can't deny it. He was superb, and you can see now why people are saying how good he is, because I criticised him. I've said he's done it flat track volley type thing. Yeah, not today. He was outstanding. He made our defenders look really poor today, I've got to say.
Yeah, I mean that I said exactly the same about Ollie Watkins, and I said it during the commentary. I've been made to eat my words. I was very, very impressed with what he did. I thought Douglas Luiz controlled the midfield for Aston Villa. Just everything was controlled through him. McGinn was his normal self. You'd expect McGinn he's tenacious, he's physical, he likes to get stuck in. But he also put, a couple of good crosses in, one which of course led to Villa's first goal. So you've got to say that, I was very, very impressed with Aston Villa. And I have to say that, as much as it pains me to say, being a Newcastle fan, the work that Emery's done there, because I remember them at St. James's, they looked all over the shop when we beat them. And then today, what a performance. I mean, they are charging for a top 6 place now. And keep playing like that, they're going to get it. But we have to turn around, Billy, and say, yes, we've been absolutely mullered today. We've been absolutely hand-drawn and quartered. It's how we respond to this now, because we haven't taken a Tonkin like that to be fair, for a while. We've always been in the games that we've played, or I feel that we have. We've always had opportunities. Today, it just wasn't there at all. So it's how we respond to this next week.
100%. And the manager and the coaches should be kind of reminding the players what they've done to get to where they are. Today wasn't good enough, can't be acceptable in any shape, way, or form. Yeah. Next game against Spurs is the big game. We need to get our socks rolled back up for that game. And to coin a phrase, we need to roll our sleeves up and dust ourselves down, as a previous manager would have said, and actually get stuck into them next week and get the 3 points. Because, if we play anything like we did today, we won't get them. Simple as that. That can't be accepted again. Can't be accepted again.
Ian Fleming, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. He says, bad day at the office today, Paul. Spurs a must win next week. I mean, look, you can look at it 2 ways. Is that the kind of thumping that will inspire us to go out and go at Spurs next week? Or will it work the other way and knock our confidence? Hopefully it's the first, Billy.
I don't think we've got shrinking violence in the team. I think the players have got pride in the shirt, and I think they'll step up to the plate when it's needed. Okay, we were totally out for today. Unai Emery had their players right on the game from the minute one, and we weren't ready for that. And unfortunately, we got the result we deserved from it. I do think, as I said, I think we have got players that 99.9% of the time have real pride in that shirt. And in front of the crowd at St. James's Park, there won't be shrinking violence there. We'll be going to Spurs, trying to get the 3 points. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, we've got to make that a cauldron next week. Yeah, we've got to make it a cauldron, haven't we? Because this is an opportunity to put a good bit of space between us and Spurs. To be fair, obviously Spurs play later on today. If they do get 3 points, then it's they made 3 points up on us, so it makes the game even bigger. But I mean, I just can't understand why we were so poor today. I really don't get it. Brainwashed Maniacs, thank you very much for your 20 Swedish krona. He says to start with a winger as a centre midfielder and a centre back as a left back. Yeah, look, I think that needs to change. I think it's got to now. I mean, Dan Burn, he hasn't been great. He was a little bit better, but he hasn't been great since the turn of the year, has he? Matt Targett, I've got a good few minutes in today. Can you see him coming in next week, Billy?
We've said this for weeks now that he has to, and Eddie Howe keeps resisting the chance to do it. I think that third goal that Dan Bird defended against Ollie Watkins, was it the second one? Second one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was shocking defending.
Oh, it was terrible. It was awful.
Abysmal defending. That's got to be the moment now that keeps them out of the side for next week, because the defence has looked lucky for a few weeks now. And some of these kind of goals we haven't been conceded. We've had some luck. We had a bit of luck today with the offside. Didn't take any heed of it. A minute later, they scored again. Yeah, we need to start defending properly again, because we're not doing it. And I think we need to get Longstaff in the team to do that. I think that's the important thing to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel King, who's been in the chat for a while, he's an Arsenal fan. And he says, some of you in this chat are mad. Lose to Villa 3-0, and some of the comments I have seen have been awful. It's a blip. Newcastle will slap Tottenham. I mean, I've saw some comments in there saying, get rid of Eddie Howe and bring Rodgers in. I mean, just because we lose a game, we go on, we win 4 or 5 on the trot, and then just because we lose one game, there's people in the chat again saying, get rid of Eddie Howe. I mean, what the hell? I mean, look, I think he got schooled today. I'll be openly honest. I think he got schooled by Emery. But it's not just a learning curve for the players. That is a learning curve for Eddie Howe as well today. and you bet your bottom dollar that Eddie will learn from that and he'll put things right. I've got no doubt about that. But one Villa player that really did impress me, Billy, was Moreno at left back. I thought he was fabulous. Really good defender, but a very good attacking left back as well.
Really, really good. Really, really good. Again, dominated that right hand side, didn't he? Aided and abetted by some pretty poor defending, I think, from our right back. I think he was absolutely appalling today. But he was a danger all along. A very constructive attacking fullback. Something we need on our side, really. And hopefully next week we'll see that with Matt Target coming in. I just want to say that the comments about Eddie Howe out are ridiculous. That is a blip today. And for Unai Emery to actually take the Newcastle playbook and play it at us,
absolutely,
what Eddie Howe's
done. Absolutely, yeah.
Because they were like us in the first half of the season. The way they played today, they pressed us, they dominated us.
We couldn't handle the press. It's as simple as that. They were on us all the time, and I thought that young Ramsey kid looked tremendous. Buendia had a good game. Ollie Watkins. Yeah, you've got to say that despite having 4 or 5 of their possible starters out, Emery decided, right, just press. We'll do what they do to teams, and it worked. Paranoid Radio says, as a Villa fan, I wasn't expecting such a lackluster performance from you lot, but it's nice to see 2 traditional teams doing well in the league. Gordon seeming to be a waste of money, ? Well, Gordon, a waste of money, I mean, it is yet to be decided, to be honest, because he's not a left winger. I don't know why Eddie played him there today. I think it was a mistake. I do genuinely believe he made a mistake there. If we predicted Gordon would start on the right instead of Jacob Murphy, not on the left, and I think he got it wrong. You have to be honest in times like this, Billy, and say, we obviously praise Eddie Howe at the hilt when we turn around games and we play well and things like that. But he has to take a bit of the blame today. I think he got it wrong.
I think he played Gordon on left simply to have a bit of pace against Ashley Young. Ashley Young marked Anthony Gordon out of the game. Totally out of the game. Didn't need the pace because he knew where he was going every time he had the ball. I thought Anthony Gordon was really, really poor today. I noticed early in the second half, and Ashley Young going forward, and it was a chance. It came to a corner, and Dan Burnett too, and there's Andy Gordon 20 yards away walking back. I was appalled by it. I really was.
Clearly needs putting right. Would-be Farmer says outplayed, outdived, outhustled, and perhaps outcoached. It is only an abject failure if nothing is learned from the performance, so we wait and see. Exactly. But knowing Eddie Howe as well as we do, he will learn a lot from today. Learn a lot.
Thinking of Anthony Gordon, think of the games he started. I think is that his second or third start?
It's only his second start. Yeah. Second.
I think he started against Bournemouth, didn't he?
Yep.
We were awful there, and he started today against Villa. He just kind of on that left hand side. There's no balance in the side. If you're going to play him, you've got to play him on the right. And Longstaff has to play. Longstaff has to play to give us the balance, give us the defensive cover in midfield. When he came on today, we were behind the 8 ball. So different kettle of fish. I've just said that again.
And dare I say it, Billy, we miss Maxi because, when Maxi's on the pitch and he gets the ball, he takes defenders with him and it frees up a lot of space. It's similar to what we were talking about at half-time with Bruno, and Longstaff playing. Longstaff does the dirty work, wins the ball back, gets it, and we move on. We didn't have that today until obviously Longstaff came on. By then it was too late. It's similar really that Maxi will drag defenders towards him.
But we've also had lots of good results with Willock and Joe Linton alternating on that left-hand side.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I don't understand why he didn't go to that system at half-time today. He could have done it, took Gordon off, then and brought Longstaff into the middle, and then we could have had a real go at them. Lots of mistakes made in lots of different departments, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But you've got to give Aston Villa credit. They were superb.
Oh, absolutely. Shakuro, you think teams will use this as a model to beat us? Well, I hope not, because I hope we learn from it. Michael says the lads looked shattered today. Looked like they were running in slow motion at times. Look, they've had a week off. And let's be honest, they're incredibly fit individuals. I don't really see tiredness as a reason we lost today.
No. They wanted it more than us. They wanted it more than us. And they had because they wanted it more than us, they were quicker. Simple as that.
So Lemon says Gordon is crap. Stop defending him. Waste of money massively. I don't think we've defended him. Just saying, I'd like to see him start on the right and see if that makes any difference.
It's a bit early to be saying that. It's a bit early to be saying that.
Yeah. We've got Jack joining us as well. Jack, shambolic.
It was, like Billy said, from minute 1 to minute 90. Shocking. But yeah, the comments about Eddie Howe, get a grip of your life.
Yeah,
it's just a blip in the road. We'll come back next week. I think we've really missed playing at home. I think we need that. I think we need that lift at home from the fans to really lift us up and just dust ourselves down. And we'll be back next week for sure.
Brian says, I'm not convinced our team can turn up when the pressure is on. We didn't turn up for the cup final, and the last 2 Premier League games we've been very poor. Got away with it against Brentford, but got smashed today. Look, there is worry, definitely, Brian, but as to say the pressure's on, I mean, I didn't think we played too badly in the cup final. It was just the final third that let us down. As for pressure, we took Man United to the cleaners at St James's Park a couple of weeks ago, and that was pressure on because that was a huge game. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, look, we were poor in the first half against West Ham. Poor again against Brentford in the first half. Awful today again in the first half. The first half needs to be put right, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the blueprint to the success is starting quickly and getting into the team's faces, the opponent's faces straight away. We haven't done that for weeks now, have we? Except for the Man United game. It's only time.
Ian says, lose next week against Spurs, and there's a chance we might not even make Europe, never mind the top 4. It's fine to lose, but not in this manner. Waffy says he's dumbfounded. What went wrong? Everyone was poor.
We allowed the Aston Villa players too much time on the ball, and they taught us a lesson, really.
Yeah. But listen, I'm not taking anything away from Villa. I think whatever he's done is just fabulous, really. I mean, he's proven what a good manager he is, Billy.
Yeah, some people say he's negative, but in the main he is. But today that was a really, really entertaining performance by them. You've got to give them credit.
Yeah,
but there was no hoofball. There was no 6-men defensive stuff. Their XG's got to be way up above the 5-6 mark. I'd imagine it wouldn't be far away from that. So all these stats that we've read over the past, and generally they are right. Just didn't come into play today. They were up for it. They wanted revenge on that 4-0. The players themselves, Unai Emery wanted to show us what we missed. I guess there's lots of reasons why they wanted it more than us, but ultimately we should have been a bit. We should have been wanted it as much as them because we're heading for big prizes here. This Champions League campaign the next season. If we don't get it, it's going to be a massive fall off for us. I've got to say.
The first goal is also Burns' fault. He lost the ball trying to be tricky like Bruno. He did. He lost it again, and that led to the first goal. James says, after Watkins' first goal, we should have been more alert to his danger. We didn't learn anything about Ollie Watkins throughout that game. He just ran us ragged. His runs in the channels, his hold-up play. But look where Ollie Watkins is when balls come into the box. He's where you want your striker every single time. He knows where to be in that penalty area. And listen, the kid knows how to finish. He ripped us apart today. Sophie Starbuys, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. He says, from Lucian, who's ate my pocket money. Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Lucian. That is very kind. Really do appreciate that, buddy. Tom says, the how out comments are trolls. They're not true NUFC fans and not TTR regulars. Well, I know that. Yeah, I know that, mate. But, I'll probably go on Twitter after this and just look at all the negativity towards our manager rather than sort of, yeah, we were poor. Let's accept it. Let's take the spanking and just get on with it. We have no choice, guys. We have to. Daniil says, you learn from your defeats. Setbacks make you stronger. Will it make us stronger, Jack?
It should.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think it will. Because we'll come back at home next week against Spurs. Because we know we want to. Because Spurs are in the race top 4 as well, so we'll want to show them why we deserve to be in top 4 instead of them. I just think we've missed playing at home. If I'm being honest, I mean we've played too many.
It's 3 difficult away games, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah. West Ham, Brentford, Aston Villa. Really 3 hard away games and no home games in between them. So I think once we return home, once we get playing good at home, and back in our fortress, the castle on the hill, will be a lot better. But this is just a blip in the road. I mean, take it on the chin, move on.
T1 says, to be honest, as a Villa fan, never expected this outstanding performance from Villa. I would have taken a point before this game, but credit to Emery as a top manager. I want both of us to get to Europe. You know what? I've seen some lovely comments from Villa fans in this watch along today. Obviously, you get the odd few nutcases, but there's been some very, very good comments from Villa fans saying that, wanting us both to reach Europe, 2 proper football clubs, 2 outstanding clubs in England and stuff like that. So, credit to the Villa fans as well today in the comments, because they could have all been, look at you lot kind of thing. And there's been some very sensible comments.
Listen, we'll remember the bed sheets when we got relegated.
Yeah,
their crowd today was great. There was no Champions League having a laugh type of chance. They were behind their team and not against us, which is what teams should be, really.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's nice to see supporters actually cheering their own side than having digs at us all the time. DK, thank you for another $4.99. He says, our build-up was slow and just sat back and watched. You could see the Watkins long balls, but our back line couldn't see it. Too many times. Kevin says, as an ex-semi-pro footballer, Eddie is doing everything right, but we need to mix things up. Yeah, look, he's in a Champions League spot. Of course he's doing things right, but he will make mistakes. And he got schooled today. And I'm not embarrassed to say that. I think he did. But the thing is, Eddie how many managers has Eddie schooled this season? You know what I mean? So it does happen like that. So I'm not worried about that as in, oh God, we're falling off. But it's time. Given time, it'll be fine. Paul, it's great to see 2 of the biggest and oldest teams in England upsetting the greedy 6. Sydney says every team has bad games. Was Target an improvement over Burn, says Lee?
Well, when he came on, we were 2 down. He was hardly, he was hardly the best one to come on. I thought he was from going forward point of view. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The chat has lots of fans from other clubs today. You can tell by the crap they are saying. Come on, the Toon. I've seen some Manx in before, making the mouths go. Funny that, isn't it? There's no rivalry there, but they can't wait to jump in a Newcastle United stream and have their say.
The Mac, come on.
Yeah, crazy, man. Daniel says, definitely Newcastle will come back. All teams have a bit of a blip, but I've enjoyed watching some of the football Newcastle have played. But I have no doubt they will get top 4, even maybe 3rd. Again, just we need to bounce back. Tracy says, Paul, can't wait for the player ratings. Dan Burn doesn't even get a 1. Wow. Okay. There will be interest in the tomorrow night.
I don't think he was our worst player. Yeah. I don't think he was our worst player, Dan Burn.
You don't?
No, I think Trippier had a shocker.
Yeah, Trippier didn't play too well today, but do you know what though? They hit
from
the
first 2 minutes. From the first 2 minutes, I mean, Trippier was headed the ball 2 foot above ground. I mean, I don't know. Trippier just didn't have it up there today. He just didn't.
I mean, at the end of the day, that could have been 5 or 6 today because Nick Pope made some great saves. They hit the post once. They hit the bar once. It could have been so much worse. So just get out of Birmingham, get home, and get back to training next week and put this right.
That's one positive. That is one massive positive. If they can actually get out of that shithole, that is Birmingham.
Yeah. But there you go. Thank you very much for that, Billy. Right. Thank you to Jack and thank you to Billy. We'll catch you 2 at 8 o'clock tomorrow night for the match review. Should be interesting. Take care, guys. So there you go. That was Billy and Jack there with their thoughts on the match today. Not great, guys. Not great at all. But listen, we move on. We'll review the game tomorrow night. We'll see what we'll all calm down. We'll let the dust settle. And then we'll have a chat about what went wrong today, because clearly everything did, and not one thing went right today. Villa should be very proud of themselves, played us off the park. But for us, we need to now rethink things and go again next week against Spurs, because that game against Spurs next week becomes so much more important. Even whatever their result is this weekend, it is more important for next weekend. It is a huge, huge game. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that subscribed. If you are new, please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. Come and join this amazing community on the Toon Review. And of course, hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you very much for the new memberships. We really do appreciate it because it massively helps the channel. keep going and provide us with new equipment to make this an even better channel for you guys to watch. So thank you to everybody for that. Now, we will be back, as I say, at 8 o'clock tomorrow night for the match review. As I say, dust settles. We'll have a look at it. We'll do the player ratings. And then starting from Monday, we will then concentrate on the build-up to Spurs again and where we can finish in this crazy Premier League season and this crazy club that we support, because it is one hell of a roller coaster. But thank you, each and every one of you, for viewing and watching today with me. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys are what makes this channel. So thank you very much. And thank you again to the mod squad for incredible work today. Very, very busy for them. And yet again, they pull out all the stops. So thank you to the mods as well. But in the meantime, guys, unfortunately, it wasn't what we wanted for Villa Park today. A very poor display. But hey, this is Newcastle United. And if there's one club that can bounce straight back, it's us. So it finishes at Villa Park, Aston Villa 3, Newcastle United 0. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the review. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.